Well, I got
Well,
so many damn tabs, you know.
ever since we learned that that's what it meant to be high IQ, I mean, we all just had to jump on the bandwagon and prove a point.
But I've always had billions of tabs open at once. That's like a staple of my computer.
Oh,
Hopefully you got the.
good evening, everyone. We are here. It's another Friday night, and not sure about you guys, but it has been an interesting week, to say the least.
You could say that again.
And from old topics, but new players being brought back up is fascinating. Let's just say, yeah, Twitter definitely leads to some dumpster fire of conversations.
Which is really funny
That's
because
why
right now on the live stream on my screen, there was a tweet showing
Oh,
the
That's why I
you're
what
behind somebody at the
timing?
ATM. Yeah.
that's why I don't normally watch Twitter unless I'm actually told to.
Well, this one caught my attention because it was someone rearing their ugly head again in a way that we tried to warn people. Some didn't want to listen.
Hey.
Yeah, just remember, calm down, Peter.
What else is new?
Down, Peter.
You took way too much enjoyment out of that.
Well, yeah, it's
I have no idea what Peter you're talking about. I don't think I do if they're causing bullshit.
yeah, you do. Well, you in passing you would know because
Jared's side chat.
really. Did not. But you know what? If you want to mention it, go for it, even though it's. But no, the Peter that I'm.
I'm still on satellite. You really trust my connection?
If you're on satellite, well, you trusted it enough to come in here and actually say something.
Who's on satellite?
You wished.
Ah,
But yeah, no, Sean, the Peter that Pig and I were referring to was the one who tried to ruin movie night but failed epically.
what?
Gonna go for it.
Gonna go for it. What? Did he try something with Karis or something?
Oh, a while back he did, which was actually stemmed from his whole issues that he started with Pig and then he tried to wrangle me into.
Ah,
And that's when the whole Karis thing between he and Karis happened. Now he's actually gone after Anti-Ordinary, trying to get in between her and Scientist Mel.
Hey, that's a pattern.
well, I saw Mel mentioned. I wasn't sure if it was Scientist Mel or somebody else.
Yeah. The interesting part with Peter essentially comes down to his blatant lies. He has a very there's a good similarity between him and like another individual making a part 2 video.
Yeah. I think the part that was most telling for me is so what they really latched onto was the claim that Anti-Ordinary did not give Peter credit for some artwork that was done. But these pictures were posted on Facebook as part of a group of pictures on a post. So the credit was given on the main post that all the pictures were connected to.
Yet somehow Peter did not get that photo when he sent it to Mel.
Oh, no. He got it. But what his complaint was that the credit wasn't given on each individual photo.
That's not how group photos work on Facebook.
Jesus.
And when Anti-Ordinary pointed out that, but credit was given on the main post, which gave the text of it right there in a reply, Peter's initial words in his response was, well, I don't care.
Why does that sound like a Peter thing to say?
Well, it is kind of a dick move. So, yeah, Peter is appropriate.
Yeah. So, as our friend Steve McRae had warned other people, and another friend of ours had a response to him in relation to this was, you were right. It just surprises me how some people can act in that way and still have people supporting them.
Who's supporting him still?
Mel,
Why?
your guess is as good as mine.
Oh,
I mean, Mel's normally got like a level head on her shoulders, but you know, I've heard what this dude tried to do with Karis.
No comments. Stop. No comments about that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that this dude's not a kosher dude. I'll just say that.
So he was fairly normal for like a year or two, right? But with his lying, and no one really caught on to it. So
Right.
built up relationships, and when you have a friend, it's hard to like see that type of behavior when it's subtle in the way that he approaches it.
Has Karis approached Mel about what this dude did to her?
No comment.
I'm not commenting about what the situation is, but has Karis approached Mel about this?
I am unaware of if she has or not. I would suggest if there is that line of communication that it does happen.
Yeah, because if you're going to defend somebody, know what they're all about before you know what kind of person they are before you start blindly defending them. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
Yep. That was one of those things this week that just really was a mixed reaction, because I felt for kind of felt bad for Mel and Anti-Ordinary having to be in this situation, but at the same time there was part of me that was not surprised because, well, it was Peter. And with that, what has everyone else been up to this week?
I'm waiting for Simon Dan to fix something that he screwed up royally on.
Oh?
Yeah, apparently there is no such thing as field rotation.
I will admit I haven't watched a few of his last videos. Is this from his recent one?
It's
Sean, are you talking about the sunspot?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't catch that either. That's not.
I've actually talked to him about an hour, because I watched the video an hour after it actually came out. I sent him a message immediately after seeing it, saying that he had a massive screw up in it.
Yeah.
Took him about 2 hours to get back with me, and my assumption was correct that with having a 200,000 subscriber channel, one, that's a lot of stress, especially for somebody who blew up as fast as he did.
Yeah.
Two, his kids are out of school, so he doesn't have a lot of time for YouTube while trying to maintain that strict schedule he put himself on for the 200,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
So yes, errors are going to happen. I fully understand that. And I was expecting him to make some kind of correction on the whole, there is no wheel effect when you're looking at the sun with sunspots, which there absolutely is if you're not using an equatorial mount.
Yes.
Well, after I talked to him, the next day he released that reviewing positive comments video. And several people in that video were saying I watch Simon Dan yada yada because he's always right. And that actually triggered me. Because this was after I talked to him, after he accepted the fact that he had something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
He released this video with these video clips of people saying they watch him because he's right. That's very
Yeah.
dangerous. Because
Do you
that's
guys know what the issue is that we're talking about?
do what?
Jared and everybody
Well-
else, do you guys know what the issue is that we're talking about?
Well, like I said, I didn't see the video, but talking about sunspots and missing the factor of field rotation, that's a big goof.
Yeah,
Oh, it's not just a big goof, because he outright said that when the dude was discussing the sun spots are rotating like a wheel, he outright stated that it doesn't happen.
It does though. It acts like a liquid
Well-
on the surface of it.
no,
Pig.
it's not that, Peg.
No.
It's the issue is that the guy took a day long image of the sun, and sunset to sunrise. Yes, in your field of view, the sun does rotate. So if you took a picture of it at sunset, the sunspot is going to be pretty much at a 12 o'clock opposite at the sunset.
Depending on your
Yeah.
latitude.
But he basically, his error was that he was assuming that this guy's series of photos was trying to claim that the sunspot was physically moving at that rotational speed, not taking into account
Right.
that it wasn't the
It wasn't an EQ mounted video.
correct. Yeah, I noticed that right away.
Well, people make that mistake all the time, but once he said that this wheel motion doesn't happen, that was like, no, that is completely 100% astronomy 101 wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's not a rotation that actually happens on the surface of the object you're viewing, but it does apparently happen because of your rotation and motion in relation to, i.e., field
Yes.
rotation.
Correct. But like I said, I was fine with him putting off a retraction or a correction on that until I saw his video about the positive comments, and he posted this after we had talked, and he acknowledged his mistake. And like I said, there's people in there saying that they watch him because he's right, and the reason why that's dangerous is because that is sheep behavior. It's the same thing we fight with flat earthers. It's the same thing people fight with young earth creationists. They just listen to one person because they believe they're correct.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. People are not using critical thinking skills when they're watching our videos, and that disturbs me. And Simon's Dan video proved that. And if you go through the comments on that video, you'll see people. I actually had to reply to a couple because one said that the guy faked the video to make the sun look like it was rotating 90 degrees. Absolutely
he just
not.
didn't use an EQ.
And it's solely because Dan didn't acknowledge the fact that field rotation is a thing.
Yeah.
So Dan has actually proceeded to educate people in stupidity is the best way to put it.
So I have a small comment on what you said. What fascinates me with the guy at his size of a channel, he doesn't have that much time for it. I mean, he should easily be putting 65 to 200 hours a week into it.
Well, you have to remember, using our style of videos, it can take half hour to an hour to actually make a video. And he doesn't do a lot of special effects. All of his time is spent in editing. He probably spends maybe an hour in front of the camera, maybe 2 to 3 hours editing, and it's done.
And you got to add a little bit of a scripting before that. I don't know how much the scripting is that he has to write up, but that's one thing I do. I don't do well without a script because I want my videos to be a specific topic, a specific tone to it. So I don't know how much he does that, but for me, usually scripting takes 2 or 3 days, a half hour at a time, if I don't sit down and do it.
See, I tried the whole scripting thing, and I actually don't do well with a script, just because it sounds rehearsed and planned. I'm not a good enough actor to act like I'm reading or speaking naturally when I'm reading a script.
Yeah, it doesn't flow as well. I'm the same way. The first couple attempts at the moto vlogs on AT2 Moto, I tried to write a script and go from that, and I didn't like the borderline impersonal tone that it ended up sounding to me. So it's like, okay, I want to talk about this point and maybe this point and this point, and that's it. And I just keep that in my mind and just free flow, stream of consciousness from that.
Yeah, I
No.
can't do that. I can't keep this a straight train of thought again because mine are specific topics, and I want to stay on the specific topics and make sure that I hit the points that are important for the video. But that's me.
Whenever I do a script, I just normally do like a free thought, and then I'll like sit in the middle of somewhere public, and I'll just bang on my keyboard. First thing that comes to my mind, boom, I have a video.
Oh, wait, Pig, you go out in public?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
one of the first times recently was with Sai.
Great. Now,
Did the sun-
now that he's
did the-
smelled fresh air, he doesn't want to like stay in his closet anymore.
Did
Oh,
the
yeah. Now me and Sai going to the Creationist Museum. I think it might be this weekend. I have to contact him.
Quick, don't feed him after midnight.
You don't got to about the whole getting wet thing. That requires a bath.
Hey, I'd like you to know that the last time I showered,
Was with a sponge and some sweat.
no, 3 days ago.
No, I thought it was hydrogen peroxide and cotton balls.
Well, that helps get the pus out. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah,
Can't wait
I've
for the
been,
chat
I've
to catch
been,
up with us.
I've been wrestling with the ideas if I need to make a Globe Earth Research Wins Part 2 about this whole Dan situation. I was hoping he would put a correction in today's video, but he didn't.
I've got to dump a corrections video today because I misplaced a fucking decimal.
Yeah, amazing how that can screw things up.
But so only one person called me out on the error, and it affected one thing at the final results, how big the deflection was. So it's not like it was an error in the beginning that screwed everything else up. So one guy called me out on it, said, "Hey, I think you did this." And I said, "Yep, you're right." Well,
Yep.
Walter Bislin actually ran my numbers, and he ignored my error and came up with the deflection.
That's
Yeah.
it, Furball. You just proved flat Earth with that decimal.
Yep.
Yeah, Walter's good with coming up with corrections.
Yeah. The problem with it's not a problem, but so I never expected to get big G from my experiment, and Walter ran the numbers with the correct numbers. He didn't even call me out on it. He just said, "Hey, you got this much of deflection." It's like, "Oh yeah, that's the right number that I came up with wrong." But based upon his numbers, he said I'm within an order of magnitude correct, but it's not a viable result because it's too far off. And he thinks that it is the attachment point where the wire attaches to the eye hook, that there might be a little play in there. Yeah, because he said based upon my weights, my natural oscillation time should be, I think he said it was like 600 seconds, and I've only got 222. So he thinks that there's a little bit of play on the wire at the eye hook point.
Time to super glue it down, right?
But he said that it is much more viable than all of the other experiments that he sees on YouTube, because every one of those, like a dude walks into the room and moves a bag of sand. It's like, yeah, you can't attribute any motion to that bag of sand now that you're in the room.
Right. I mean, I've given you props for your setup a few times, and I can't give
Yeah.
you enough. I mean, it was a really badass setup.
It's been fun to build.
You just need to spill more blood on it.
Once is enough. You only need one blood sacrifice for every scientific experiment.
Oh, so that's how they work now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you didn't get the memo?
Dude, I know I've told people this before. There is a battery backup system that I used to be part of the field team for, that if you were doing any type of maintenance on it, you had to give a blood sacrifice or you would have problems putting it back into normal operation.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, y'all just wait until you start having heart attacks in the name of science.
See, I'm still wondering how that one even qualifies because now memory's starting to stop carrying. Wow.
What?
What?
William Signs, yes I did. I started on with APC and merged when they got merged into Schneider Electric, which not the worst company I've worked for.
Did you like Mr. Victory's comment?
Yeah, that's and you know, that's how you can tell that Chelsea really is from the two of them, because
Sorry, I got the hiccups.
I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't try to push Chelsea to go into the political realm more than they did.
She's doing it in her own way, which is through political activism.
Yeah, it's not going to get her far, but
No.
at the same time, what do you think the likelihood is of her being like her parents in that aspect is possible? Because I don't. Wow.
Told you I'm gonna have them for days now.
Pick up for me, baby.
Because
Oh God, can we kick pig?
As she doesn't give off the politician vibe. At least not when I actually last heard about her when being in the public eye.
Well, like I said, they're grooming. She's trying to get into her own way, which is through her activism, which, like you said, won't go very far. So, take it for what it's worth.
Eh.
Damn it!
New game. Everyone drinks every time Sean hiccups.
Oh God, you guys are gonna be more drunk than soup than.
I'm still working on coffee.
Yeah.
I actually have to work in the morning there, Jared.
No, if you're drinking whenever I hiccup, you guys are gonna need funeral arrangements, not job schedules. Oh God.
I don't know people that worked. Ooh, that is so. From Mr. Victory is like, I don't know. I know people that worked with the Clintons when in Arkansas. Hillary was worse, and Bill was a puppet. Wow.
Duh.
And you know, for a puppet, he got there pretty good. It kind of makes you wonder who was pulling the strings.
Oh, it definitely wasn't Monica.
Speaking of Clinton,
She was pulling something though.
Yep. But then again, it was Bill putting something inside of her. So,
Oh no, she just
Was-
enjoyed.
was that-
No, it was Webb Hubble.
No, she just really enjoyed cigars.
There was a TV show in the 90s. God, I can't remember it. It was a crusty single mom, kids, neighbor type thing, and a little bit of politics, not much. But her and the neighbor had an interaction about the president because the neighbor was like super conservative, and he was bitching about Clinton and made a comment. He doesn't run the damn White House. Hillary's technically the first woman president, and the main character says, "Nah, technically it was Barbara. Hillary just does it better." And that was in the
Interesting.
90s.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is, before, shows wouldn't be afraid to touch on topics like that and make that sort of commentary. And think about the number of shows that we enjoyed watching that could not even get a pilot made today.
I'm surprised Simpsons is still going.
Simpsons did it.
South Park.
I miss the convenience store dude.
Apu. Did they get rid of him?
Yeah, and then people got really offended when Simpsons did a story about how, in the past, some things weren't as sensitive like books, right? But now, it could be seen as insensitive for those reasons.
And Jake Cole just mentioned something in the chat that I remember hearing before. It seems like this criticism of Hillary had often come out where... So J. Cole says that he has a family friend in the Secret Service that said Hillary was cruel and didn't even want the agents to look at her, let alone speak.
I worked with security guys that were on her State Department detail. I never did work, well, because I didn't work there when they were president. But I worked with their State Department details, and they didn't have any complaints about her when she was the secretary. But they did have like a very, very, very strong security posture, meaning like they were almost hanging out the side of their windows with their MP5s in plain sight as they're driving down the road. It was like a little overboard on the security.
Was there a reason given?
No, you could tell because there's security details all over DC, but you could tell when it was Secretary of State because of that. It's like, oh yeah, that's one of her vehicles. They're fucking hanging out of the doors.
He quit.
I wonder how much of that was legit for the security coverage and how much of it was just, we really don't want to be in here with her. Get us out.
It could be that. Yeah. I know that everybody hated Biden, not because of him personally, but because like on a Friday afternoon at like 4 or 5, as they were about to do shift change, he would suddenly decide that he was going to go home to Delaware, but he would do it by train. So everybody in the off-going shift that had like 30 minutes left would now have to ride the train to Delaware and take 2 or 3 hours to come back after their shift was done. Like he just had shitty timing and didn't plan anything.
Oh.
No, he did that to fuck with him. You know it.
I'm kind of excited to get back and go and do security again. It was fun. There's a C-SPAN day for about 12 hours. I'm in the back of the congressional hearing room. It was the last day of Don't Ask, Don't Tell testimony.
From J. Cole, I don't like the Clintons at all, but I can actually understand her always being in a bad mood. I mean, imagine being married to that horn dog. Well, she didn't have to marry him in the first place.
Who deleted that comment?
William Sines did by accident.
Okay. Sorry, I was debating on whether or not I was going to present my VLC player or not.
Hey, Unirock, typical talk about nothing.
I have the Adam Ruins Everything video.
That won't go well.
It's the new episode that just came out the other night.
Did you see Scott Manley's new episode or video about the Saturn I rocket that's for sale? I think we should pool our money together and get it.
No, they're giving it away for free. It's just $250,000 for transport.
It's kind of like when the Navy has a ship that they're removing from the mothball fleet, and it's being sold for recycling, yeah, the actual sale is only about $1 because the companies, the recycling company in down in Brownsville, what they actually do is they foot the bill initially for transport of the ship from wherever it is to their facility, and then they reclaim those costs through the actual recycling and dismantling of the ship itself.
The sale of scrap and everything.
Yep.
Well, let's get a Kickstarter started. I'm sure Team Skeptic wouldn't mind putting that in his backyard.
No. If we're gonna go into this together, we get to share it. We each get it one weekend a month.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
And then how do you propose getting it to your base of operation?
Kerosene.
Yeah, RP1. We just need a good pilot.
Booze
That's
in the
all.
tank.
Well, now getting it there would be one thing. Having it be on display and get it back from Korea is another.
Yeah, I don't think they would ship it to Korea for obvious reasons.
I live
Well,
in.
that's why you ship it in pieces.
I live in a
Just
set of
do
high-rise
it gun
buildings,
style. Just
and
buy
it's
it
like a
part by part.
quadplex where there's 4 buildings in a circle or in a square. I think that would be like the perfect centerpiece for the courtyard.
Yeah, but you put it in there, would you have a courtyard left?
That's semantics.
No, because you
Oh,
put
that's geometry.
you put that in your courtyard, that might change the results of your experiment.
That's true. It'll increase the gravitational pull.
Yeah, Jared, side chat.
No. Yeah, no, fair point. Being out in that part of the country, you definitely have the acreage, but again, we all want to play with it.
I like playing with big
I would
rockets.
invite y'all out to play with it anytime you want.
So here's the thing about the whole rocket, right? Now, if we did own one, okay, how fun would that be to send the actual delivery address to just like Pyongyang?
Pyongyang. Yeah, let's send
Yeah.
this to the North Koreans.
Let's send it. Come on.
Watch
Let's
it
we
feel
hear
being
that you're
transported on a giant barge.
No, with a note on it. We hear your rockets kind of suck. Here's an example of one that was awesome.
No, that's what the USS Michigan and USS Ohio do on a regular basis.
What do they do?
They go camp outside North Korea's waters and just sit there and conduct missile drills.
that would
They've
be
even
fun.
launched a few practices back towards
Oh,
Hawaii.
do you guys watch? Do you guys watch D Almighty the Diver on YouTube?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Nope, can't say
That
that I
lucky
have.
sucker got to dive the USS Midway.
Ooh.
Nice.
There is would be an expensive trip, but I wanted to go to Bikini. You can. They have tours at the Bikini Atoll for scuba diving.
Ooh.
It's about $2-3 grand just for the tour itself. So you have to get to the island, but once you get there, then it's they pay for a bunch of stuff. Or it's basically 3 days of diving, 3 dives a day. But the key or the highlight of it is you get to dive down to the deck of the USS Saratoga, which is at 170 feet.
Wow.
So you have to be deep dive certified before you get there. You have to bring double redundant pressure gauges and depth gauges because you go so far down because they do mixed oxygen or mixed gases diving. It's so deep.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Yeah, my friend, she's an amateur master diver.
Yeah, that would be an awesome trip.
Now,
Oh, yeah.
I have a
Now
question.
for
If
the.
that person go diving,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, I can.
Need an extra weight.
I thought pig
Sure, it
was
would
the
be
weight.
floaty.
Yeah, you
No,
would.
that's mostly fat, so it floats.
Like I
But
said,
that's how I'm a really good swimmer. I just sort of float there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
that's
relying
the
on
thing
his
is you
Fat
need
floats.
extra weights.
Fat actually floats.
yeah.
Yeah, you need extra weights to go down. That's the problem.
Yeah, he's-
Scuba diving means going under the water.
Piggy's relying on his buoyancy and density.
You know, for those who aren't deep dive qualified, who want to scuba around an aircraft carrier, there's a more modern one that they can go to with a less of with a much lower price tag attached to it. The Oriskany.
Where's that?
The Oriskany off the coast of the Florida Panhandle.
I hadn't heard of that one.
The Oriskany was sunk to make an artificial reef back in 2004, 2005 timeframe. Because it was after I was in A school, but I want to say right before I went to Japan when they did it. And so you have the Essex long haul, but in its modernized form. So you can dive that one, get a look at the ship in a way at the end of the Essex class's service life, but then go to Bikini, take a look at the Saratoga, and get a look at it in its World War II vintage.
Yeah.
Oh, they're starting to talk about steak in the chat.
Uh-oh.
So I'm having for dinner the same meal I've had for the past 5 days.
What's that?
His trough.
Chicken and salad.
So
Just chicken and salad.
since they're talking about cooking in the live chat, who would like to see me do a actual cooking video?
Are you a good cook?
I am a
That's the
very
question
good
that
cook.
matters.
Well, and the question is, what type of...
Would your wife say you're a good cook?
Well, of course she does, because
Well, we can ask her real quick if you want. No, she likes getting the bone.
Here's a question: how many packages of ramen noodles would you be using per episode?
Hey, nothing wrong with ramen.
0.
Other than I can't eat it right now.
I would be using. I will be using real prime beef and chicken. That's primarily what I cook on the grill.
Hey, Sean, remember what we were saying about satellite internet? This is that satellite internet.
Yeah. HughesNet can lick
Yeah,
my
thank
nutsack.
you, BM.
Fina.
You know, I will be thankful when I finally get medically cleared to go back to work.
Well, stop trying to die on us.
No. See, he has to get to number 5 so I can win.
I'm only one away. Furball, how many did you bet? Was it?
I didn't bet any.
Because he's already had 2. Oh, you should place your bets now then. You wish on how many heart attacks he's going to have by the end of the year. So far, he has 2. Sean, do you have any bets?
No.
Okay.
Probably about many hiccups I've been.
Don't mute yourself over the hiccups. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm shocked he didn't have a heart attack after seeing Red's face for the first time. Or not Red's, Team Skeptics.
Oh, dude, after seeing Red Skeptic was nothing.
No,
Yeah,
I had a third heart attack. I had a third heart attack After seeing Team Skeptic's face. After I saw Skeptic, I had my third.
I thought it was after seeing Piggy.
He needs a bit of meat. Skeptic does.
I had a heart attack once from Piggy.
I was butt ass naked and my camera was on.
Oh no, it's not just that his camera was on, it's he was showing me his TV, which was bright, and he was playing a game, and he's sitting butt naked in front of the TV, so I can't see that until the screen goes black and turns into a fucking mirror.
Oh.
And both of us at the same time. Ah!
I wasn't expecting it.
There goes your YouTube channel.
So, Mr. Victory came back and said, "Sorry, what happened? I was trolling right
That would wreck anybody. That goes to bleach. That goes to brain bleach.
Well, yeah, that's psychological trauma right there.
What I'm curious though is, where can we find Wrong the Foot?
He's got
Let's invite him to this.
Yeah, I'm not gonna invite him.
He does. Oh.
He has been on Ranty's little channel, his not debates but presentation style videos a couple times, and one of them when he was presenting that atoms aren't real.
Oh God.
Well, either way, he's a confirmed pal, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, at some point I want to do a video about his presentation that he put on Ranty's channel, and it's just going to be labeled the dumbest thing I heard this week.
But then you debunk him with his
By the
own
way,
confirmation of being a bill.
People we got an issue with. I found Lanciter in real life.
What's that?
No, wait, did
you robot it out?
I found Lanciter. I found Lanciter in real life.
So how is the racist?
On Facebook.
Which one?
That's your brain bleach.
He's turned he's turned Zionist Israelite bigot.
It might be easier if you type it at this point.
Can we start a GoFundMe for his internet?
The problem is what's available in his area.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
And the problem is there going to be anyone that skims off the top?
$100 back to a phone and it works.
Do you hear banjos in the background at all times? Ding, 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 ding.
Must row faster.
Considering my neighbors, yes.
I just heard something about. I heard the word neighbors.
Yeah, he's talking about neighbors the same way that we talk about Canadians as neighbors.
Wait, okay, that makes sense.
Just because they're the nearest human beings to you, and they're 18 miles away, doesn't necessarily make them neighbors.
I mean, 18 miles isn't that far.
But some would say that's still too close.
Yeah.
Guess it all depends on the neighbor.
True.
I'm searching for a place to live right now in Northern Virginia, and I'm not sure how far south of D.C. I want to go.
I feel sorry for you, Blake, having to go to Virginia.
Well, so as you go south of D.C., then you start getting close to Quantico, and how close do you want to be to there?
And also,
Quantico's not bad.
To the Bible Belt.
Have you guys ever played Minecraft?
Yes.
No, and have no desire
Yeah.
to.
I just started last week, and a guy that blows up, an enemy that blows up, just got his way into my house and blew up my house. That's
creepers. I love creepers.
Fucker.
What you do is you go up to him with the flint and steel while he's sitting there calm, and then you right-click him.
I'll catch him on fire.
Yeah.
He blew up my house. But so for the house situation, my old house that I owned was in Triangle, which is right outside of Quantico. So I have no problem going that far south, because the farther south you get, the more you get for your money. But you also have to commute like hell.
Oh, I'm sure.
Now, what if? Now, listen. Hear me out. What if you bought the exact same house as you previously had?
No, I thought that it'd be funny if I rented it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going
He
to be
sold-
there long enough to consider buying.
True. He should be out in what, another 8 years?
Don't say that.
Come on,
I was thinking
go
12.
for 8 more years. Like, just do it.
I can get out. Well, I owe the Army 2 right now. If I want to get high pay, I've got to do 3.
Now, do you want the high pay?
Yes.
Think
But
you
I'm
could
not-
be out?
Yeah, I'm not going to be forced to leave DC for 3 years, so that's easy. So it's not like they're gonna try and make me move again until I have to. But I also have a
What if they
lot
do?
of job opportunities. They shouldn't, because then my organization has to pay for the move.
Okay.
But I have a lot of job opportunities in DC, so I could still stay in the organization, stay active duty, move to another position, and not actually leave DC and not have to move.
Sean, are you okay?
No.
Are you gonna live?
Yeah, well.
Come on, we almost lost you, Witch. We can't lose you too.
Hold my coffee.
Furbo, what you need to do is get in the business of building Cavendish experiments for everyone.
This
I'll
one
pay
took
you
long
$5.
enough. I don't think that's a viable business model.
Well, I'm sure you can streamline it.
Yeah. I mean, you've been putting it piece by piece. Now, imagine if you had all the pieces. You could do it in like a weekend.
And Piggy can provide the blood.
Yes, lots and lots of blood. I'm a big fan of bloodletting. That and digesting blood.
Oh, I love the first one. Is very happy to be saluted by enlisted soldiers and called sir, but is not too happy with higher-ranking warrants referring to him as Spot. Where's my coffee, Spot? Is usually the brunt of most jokes. Yeah, I could see that. Kind of like a butter bar.
I've got a spot that works for me.
Hey,
CW2 is very happy after 2 long years and finally be rid of the moniker Spot. Is still quite intimidated by CW3 and higher, but not so much now that he too is called Chief, is responsible for making sure Spot puts the coffee on in the mornings.
Yeah, that as a W1, that is the longest 2 years of your career. It just never ends. It is the greatest promotion because on day 1, so if you're a W1, everybody knows that you've got no time as a warrant officer. But as soon as you pin 2, nobody knows if you've been a 2 for 1 day or 5 years.
Furbo, I have a question.
I'll make up an answer.
Awesome. So, this has to go with one of the things we talked about in the past. Now, have you ever took a black light to your vehicle yet?
Not my vehicle. Like my vehicle here?
Yes.
No. And it's not going to happen.
You're afraid to, aren't you?
Come
might
on,
break-
you know you want to.
I don't think my car is big enough to have sex in.
Yeah, but over in Korea, they're really small
Koreans.
people. You forgot about that, didn't you?
Touche.
That would be why you had a very small vehicle. Now, is the vehicle small enough to ship?
I would have to pay for it.
Hey, doesn't this one kind of look
How
like
much would it
Furball?
cost to pay for?
At least $800 or more, which is
Now,
twice
how-
as much as I paid for the
Is
car.
that Matt Damon?
Now,
It is.
how
Looks
much
like
are
it.
you willing to like could you get it shipped anywhere in America, or is it just like California?
No, you can get it shipped anywhere in the U.S. The problem is you actually have a bunch of safety corrections to do to any car from the Asian market that have to be done before it will be road legal in the U.S.
Okay,
But
now
the problem is that I have to pay for it completely. If I would have shipped a car over here, I could ship a car back. But since I did not ship a car over, I have to pay for that shipment. So I can send it anywhere, but it's coming out of my pocket.
Now, if it's only $800, I have an idea. Now, we all know.
Oh my god!
We all know Sai likes vehicles. Okay, he loves them. He can't get enough of them. Right?
If they're VWs.
Yeah. So what we do is we paint a VW logo on it. Okay. And then we send it to Sai.
No.
No?
I'm pretty sure that my car would not pass any safety standards, considering that there is a puddle of oil underneath it every time I park.
Where does the oil come from? Do you just constantly fill it up?
Oh yeah, I just keep filling it up. And I have a drip pan under my car in my parking garage. I just leave it there, so that spot is mine.
Oh.
But the places where the oil is coming from are so various that the drip pan really doesn't do much.
Oh my god, I love this one. Opponent can see warrant officer by offering a bottle of whiskey and a can of dip, to which warrant officer will always appear briefly.
Has anyone seen the chief? Second lieutenant.
We have a chief?
Nice.
Did you like the one before this one here?
Oh, yeah. The tower and the lightsaber. Nobody knows where they belong. They know it. So they leave for a 10-day pass to go hunting that they awarded themselves. Yeah. I can see that being...
Yeah. Yep.
Although the last one could be fucking hilarious.
Yes. that yes.
Maybe that's what you should put the title of your Cavendish Chief Warrant Officer.
Hey, didn't we have this discussion in person? Furball?
Yeah. It's like, you forget what I do. And the things I don't do.
Furball. What does Jay smell like?
Bacon.
I'm going to keep that to myself.
Go on, tell me, please.
That's something I'm going to enjoy and relish for my own.
It's a
I don't think I need to share that with you, Pig.
Fine. Okay, I'll come over and smell you. I know what Sai smells like. He smells nice. I like Sai.
And I believe we had this discussion as well.
Yep.
Oh.
Well, this is pretty close to what he does anyway, so. Let's see if we can...
That reminded me, the whole police thing. Did you guys see that the Colorado Springs police released body cam footage of the shooting of the 19-year-old black teen?
I did not.
Yeah, I hadn't heard about it, but I saw it on the cover of a couple news pages. Basically, and they released like 4 or 5 different angles and the 911 call. So the 911 call was young juvenile says that he was just robbed by people he knew. They pointed a gun at him, took his money, knows who they are, knows where they are, gives descriptions, all that stuff. 3 or 4 police officers respond, casually start talking to the kids, confirm who they are, tell them, hey, we got a call that there's somebody here with a gun, so we're going to do a quick pat down just to make sure that nobody's got any weapons on them. And as soon as a cop walks up behind one of them, the kid just books it and runs, and they draw down on him.
There's a YouTube link for it in the internal chat.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to. Yeah, you probably don't want to play it because they show everything.
Yeah, I know.
This is from the YouTube channel Police Activity.
Yeah. So they did legitimately shoot the kid in the back as he's running away.
But it wasn't what they started with. It was they actually had cause to try to stop him because he went from complying to non-compliance.
And the prior information they had was this individual most likely just robbed somebody with a gun, which elevates that individual's threat level.
Yeah. So, Burns, how accurate is this?
Well, I haven't gone much further than the video itself, but from what if you read the description too.
He's talking about what's on screen now.
Yeah, I'm saying what's being screen shared right now.
Oh, I'm not. Am I screen sharing anything?
No.
Oh, jeez, you bastards. No, that's not nowhere even close to accurate. Thank you very much.
Here, we'll make you feel slightly better.
Yeah, I will say this: the Air Force does have some toys that are more cool than the Army's.
Charizard.
Okay. Now, if I'm a civilian and I just so happen to wander onto a base looking for a Charizard, what's going to happen to me?
Oh, you would be tackled.
Yeah, you wouldn't even get through the front. You wouldn't even get through the front gate.
How did you get on base? Did you come through the front gate and they let you in, or did you go over a fence?
There was this nice little thing that goes up and down that stops cars, and I just sort of walked around it.
Yeah, you'd get arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this seems pretty accurate too.
You would be held, questioned.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one must be accurate too.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's got to be at the exchange.
Right, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you guys ever saw. They actually did an experiment where they had a Army drill sergeant and a Air Force training instructor swap places, and it was interesting to see how they were able to adapt and try to train the other's counterpart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool.
I suspect the Air Force guy had an easier transition than the other way around.
It's hard.
From what I've heard, the Air Force drill sergeants, or whatever you call them,
MTAs.
It's harder than the Army's drill sergeants. The structure of it, from what it's harder on the individual. Not that basic training is harder, but what the drill instructors have to go through and the time requirement and all of that is harder for the Air Force. I think they do it for longer, because normally an Army drill sergeant is 2 years. I think Air Force is 3 or 4. So basically, sucks your life forever.
Something like that, yeah.
I heard this is pretty accurate too.
Hey. Depends on what your job is.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'll give him this one. I will give him this one.
Yeah, that's a given.
Here was an interesting thing was at my base, the local airport that was about I want to say about 4 miles away had to close down their primary runway for maintenance, which took about a month and a half. So they came up with a deal with the Air Force to use their runway for civilian traffic.
That had to have been a security nightmare. Well,
it was.
Most air bases.
Oh,
most air bases share a runway though with the local airport.
Yeah, this one did not. So what they did is the passengers still went to the airport and went through security there, and then got on a bus and was bused to the Air Force Base.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then because we had 2 gates, and they went through the secondary gate, and the airport had all their support equipment on one of the unused how to put it, the one of the oh, I can't remember what they call them. The parking areas on the runways. One of the unused parking areas. That's where the airport had all their support equipment, where the planes would pull in to and unload. So yeah, that was interesting.
Don't they usually pull out then unload?
Something like that. I don't know. You bastard. No. No, but
Well,
it's
we
like
all
3.
know this one's right.
Yeah, right. Not even close.
Oh, come on, ice cream's not on the right. Oh, it must be center. That's right.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bull.
Well, you guys definitely have more ice cream.
Bullshit. I didn't see any ice cream at all while I was in basic.
Well, I know that Army bases don't have McDonald's, but Air Force does.
Navy
The one we
does
had,
too.
the one we had
Yeah,
had
we
a
have-
Burger King.
Yeah, all we have is Burger King and usually Popeyes.
Yeah, we had that. That was down at oh crap, what base was that? I can't remember. Down there in Biloxi, Mississippi. The training base.
Now,
I
don't
will
you
give him
need
credit for this
security
one.
clearance in order to work at like a McDonald's on base?
No.
No.
No?
Security clearance, no. Background check
Yeah.
that is required for all federal employees, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
technically,
how I
they're
can
not
explain
federal. Yeah. Technically, they're not federal employees. They're still employees of McDonald's, but they do have to have a criminal history check just to make sure we're not allowing people like Pig on base and giving them ID
Hey,
cards
I want you to know that I have no criminal history.
that we know of.
Well,
True.
there's the allegation, though.
At least not on the federal
Hey.
level.
Those allegations are completely false, and it was all I don't know who. Someone did it.
In your imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely.
It was
not a
my
true
alternate
picture.
self.
Oh, this definitely is.
Hey, it is not. I was up before 6.
Oh, what about the Air Force now making it so that the PT test doesn't get you kicked out?
What?
I have no clue on that one. I know a lot has changed since I've been in, so who knows what they're up to.
Oh, Jay, I thought that somebody shared this with me.
I mean,
Basically, if you fail your PT test, it automatically becomes a diagnostic.
the fuck?
Oh, now I gotta find this.
Don't the Marines do something like that too? If you can't get up to snuff, they go into a special squad.
All branches have the fat group.
Yeah. The Army has that Charlie company that, that's always fun.
But that's usually before you join, or before you're at your unit. That's like at basic training.
Yeah,
where
that's what
you
I'm
can't-
talking about.
Before they show.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember right, this is like going to be standard across the board.
Because probably what it is they're losing too many good people.
Wait, you mean the military brass have made decisions thinking that it was the right thing to do for Manning, and have realized, oh shit, we're getting rid of the wrong people? That
Yeah, and they
never
don't-
happens.
And they don't want to implement another stopgap.
Yeah, I saw that writing on the wall when I was still on active in the Navy, and I was like, yeah, nope, I'm gone.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness my job wasn't considered critical or priority. So
You know, that is a good one to share.
I bypassed that one pretty quickly, just on the off chance it was not what I thought it was.
I mean, granted, I never got a 300 on my PT, but Jesus. Yeah, I was not a 300 number.
Oh god, no! The highest I think I've ever gotten is probably like a 275.
You did better than me.
Yeah, and that's like that was a miracle.
I was a skimmer.
Hey, 60, 60, 60 is passing.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Burglary. Uh-oh.
My job was sitting at computers, so I was not worried about physical fitness.
Chuck Norris.
Oh wow.
No, ouch.
That safety brief must have been epic.
You
Could it-
know,
Could you just imagine if they took a nice wave on the side and stumble and
tink. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The guy holding the round, just because it's open, basic ear protection, hearing protection would work. But the only thing he's really missing is the flash protection.
And I don't think that hatchet's going to work too well. You need something a little bit more of a point, don't you?
It does have a point at the end of the flat part, so
No,
Ah.
he's got flash protection.
Got sunglasses on.
He's got flash protection. He's got shades on.
no, I'm talking gloves to prevent the burns to the skin.
Oh,
because
yes.
that casing is going to get really hot really quick.
Unless he throws it in the ocean real quick.
still gonna be hot really quick.
Yeah,
True.
yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of 3rd degree burns, he'll have low 2nd.
All right, I found the article about the Air Force PT test.
No, okay.
The Air Force is considering changing its physical fitness policy to allow airmen to take a practice examination early without being penalized if you fail. Currently, if an airman fails a Tier 1 physical fitness test, which includes push-ups, sit-ups, body comp, and a 1.5-mile run, that failure could hurt or even potentially end their career, regardless of how much time they have left before the test is due. Oh, yeah, that was one thing I forgot. So in the Air Force, you have to take a PT test every 6 months, I think?
Yeah, I think it
And
was
it's
6 months to a year.
It sounds like it's on you to take it.
Yeah, you
Not like a unit organized. You have to go say, hey, I'm due. I need to go take a test. But under the new system being considered by the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force, as long as you've got time left, you could try your PT examination without worrying about negative career consequences. If the airman passes the PT test, it would count. If the airman fails any component, it would just be a diagnostic test to show what needs to be improved but doesn't count against the airman. So as long as they have time left before the clock is up for a required PT test, it doesn't hurt them.
Yeah, so it sounds like as long as it's not before their time's up, they can take the test as many times as they want until they pass it, and it'll only count the one they pass.
Yep.
Okay.
That is so cheating. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with the Army PT test. Like right before, it's like, hey man, do you want this to be a record or a diagnostic? Unless it's, in my organization, it's bigger units, they don't give you that option. But for us, we take PT tests when we need to, and there's like 6 of us. But it's like, hey dude, do you want this to be a record or a diagnostic? Make it a diagnostic, and let me try again next month. Oh, okay. Because if you fail a diagnostic, it doesn't matter. But
Right.
if you say record before you start your push-ups, it's a record.
Yeah.
Here you go, Jared.
Due to demands from focus groups, the Air Force will install private showers at basic training so trainees won't feel inadequate. You hear that? That is the sound of the Coast Guard laughing at us.
Oh.
When did the military get so pussified? Jesus.
2004.
Yeah, but I got out in 10. It wasn't that bad.
Oh, but
It was-
that's
it was
when
the
it
start.
started.
It was getting there when we couldn't point at nobody. We couldn't. They were actually introducing. You're not allowed to swear at all either. Like what? Because people get offended.
Oh,
So at walk school, you're the big thing. You can't curse, but that's more of you're an officer now. You're better than that kind of mentality. What was hilarious is that my TAC that was assigned to me was actually from my home county of Nowheresville, South Dakota, and we knew the same people. But if you got caught doing anything wrong, you had a little slip that they filled out and made you do like an essay or something on which policy violation or rule you broke. So he walked by as I said, shit, on something. And he walks over, he's like, Furman, hand it over. And I'm expecting that I'm going to get a gig on swearing. No. He gave me a gig on situational awareness.
Nice.
That is definite sarcasm at its best. You should have knew I was there.
Hey,
Yep.
Furball, in that article you were reading about the Air Force PT, was this the picture in there?
No, the tire was smaller.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he probably what, a Lego size tire?
Yeah, they
Ooh.
borrowed it from Skeptic.
Yeah, exactly. Team Skeptic is loaning them out.
Here's a good question from Vesta. If you were to be a new superhero, and what would be your superpower?
Oh, jeez. Sounds like someone watched The Boys on Amazon Prime.
No, I've watched too much Because Science lately about superheroes. I don't know that I would want them.
Jeez.
Flight. Just give me flight.
Oh, I would think twice about that.
I really would.
The ability
Why's
to
that?
steal other photos or other powers.
So what's the downfall of having flight?
Oh, good lord.
Oh, hold on. I will get you a link.
Your internal organs. That's the downfall.
Oh, yeah, because you have to deal with inertia.
Well, no, it's more about oxygen deprivation, temperatures.
You don't have to
I don't
fly
plan on
high.
going
That's the thing.
high.
Yeah.
Unless
but
you
you-
got a specialized suit for high flights.
Just like
Well, then you still have to worry
rooftop
about
flight.
you still have to worry about literally friction of all things.
True.
That's one thing you don't think about much.
But that's why everyone gets in like a big old spandex suit and they like oil it up.
Yeah, but here's the problem: they fly face first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell
So
why
no.
Superman-
fly
Except for
feet
Powder
first.
Toast Man.
Powder
Well-
toast.
Here's something that Kyle actually missed. Here's something Kyle actually missed: the Bernoulli effect of air going across your face. That is going to deprive you of oxygen just straight out.
What if
Isn't
he
that why
flew
Superman
feet
puts his hand in
first?
front of him?
Superman doesn't need oxygen. He's been to space.
Yeah, true.
Or he can just hold his breath for very long.
There you go, Furball, in the internal chat.
You know, no power can make you Batman. And that's the sad part.
Money.
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 Yeah.
Batman.
Not okay, you can have all the money, but unless you have an exoskeleton suit that literally is programmed with fucking every fight style you could imagine, you still need more.
Money.
Money. Yeah, money
There's
solves
your
all.
super. There's your
solves all
superpower to get money.
No, so think about it this way. There are each comic universe, DC and Marvel, they each have one superhero whose actual superpower is just being insanely rich.
Okay,
Yeah, but
Stark isn't
Tony-
just
Tony
insanely
Stark-
rich, though.
yeah, Stark is also a genius.
Yeah.
Batman was insanely. Bruce Wayne was insanely rich, and hired genius.
Like with no matter which comic book series you reach, there's always a fox, you know?
Yeah, but Batman had spandex and a sidekick.
I mean, Iron Man technically has a sidekick.
Yeah, you know, that was just the perfect reason for why Iron Man is better than Batman.
He
No,
didn't
no, no.
really-
no
Wait,
no,
wait,
Batman
is
was better because he had bat
Catholic
nipples.
Is Batman a Catholic? Because it's starting to make sense now.
Well, he's been through how many Robins?
Yeah, that would explain it.
And they keep getting
And some of them
younger.
are his own. Yeah, they keep getting younger, and some of them are his own sons.
And, well, the last one's a girl, if I'm not mistaken, depending on which comic.
If you go latest Injustice, Batgirl and Robin are okay. So there is a Batgirl,
Yes.
but Injustice, it's such a great story. It's weird. Yeah,
I wonder
like
if
it.
JM made this meme.
Wow.
Just slap JM's logo in the bottom corner, then you know it's approved.
You know, I wonder if I could take that out of there.
Aww.
That is
This is the Air Force version of Batman.
I do not tie. Oh, but it's not the Batman with his bat nipples.
Hey, what's wrong with bat nipples?
And the George Clooney Batman.
Everything.
I like bat nipples. They turn me on.
I don't think any nipples turn you on.
Even his own.
Man, there's a reason why every 10 minutes a movie.
Verify that with a reflection in the TV.
No.
So hold
Had to go there.
on. Okay, speaking of the TV, a couple days after, I've been getting a lot of mixed messages from Furball, and I want to get that out now. Because a couple days after that, I call Furball, and he answers me naked in the shower.
Oh, jeez.
And you know this how?
Because he couldn't turn his camera on, and he had a really good grin.
Oh, jeez.
I did not have a grin on at all. How did you know I had a grin if I didn't turn my camera on?
You
fucker?
did! You were in the shower, and your camera was on.
You have to remember that Furball comes up with a narrative in his head, and that is like the actual thing that happens, whether it did or not.
True.
That just,
Hey, I'm not a
subconscious
furry.
saying, I want this to happen.
Now, so you were going through, and there were multiple renditions of Batman. I have to say, the greatest Batman, Adam West.
Oh, yes.
Most entertaining Batman.
Yes.
No, I say the best because he was the only one who didn't have to say that he was Batman,
I am
because
Batman.
everyone already knew.
Yeah.
Well, then again, Adam West didn't have an origin video. Everybody else did.
And Adam West, all his stuff was bat
Now-
something.
Now, screw the Batman. Who's
No.
the best Joker?
Joker. Oh, did you see they want to have David Tennant play the Riddler?
Oh,
Ooh.
I like
that
that.
could be interesting.
Better than Jim Carrey.
Hey, what's wrong with Jim Carrey? I thought that
So
was
many
funny as a kid.
Jim
Jim
went
Carrey's
way
problem-
over the top.
I was going to say, Jim Carrey's problem with Batman Returns was
It was
he would,
Batman Returns, for one.
well, besides that, other than Batman, they
Val
had to deal
Kilmer.
with Tommy Lee Jones on set as well. He had to be a one-upman. So Tommy didn't read any of the source material when he did his Two-Face. So he was just saying, okay, what's a crazy schizophrenic going to be like? And that's what his entire Two-Face representation was based on. He reviewed zero source material, and Jim Carrey had to one-up him because he was the one who was supposed to be funny. And he saw Jones as competition for that funny title. So he went way over the top. He actually watched source material. He wasn't happy with his Joker, or his Riddler, but he had to be better than Tommy Lee Jones as far as comedic response goes. And that was the big problem with the villains in that movie. Tommy Lee Jones had no background in it, and Jim Carrey had to be funnier than Tommy Lee Jones.
Now, one thing that bugs me out of the whole Batman Returns series is
Just
It
not
was
Batman
just-
Returns, huh?
it was cringy.
Well, it's because they
Like-
tried to bring realism to the Adam West style thing, and that's
Yeah.
sorry, Tim, you should have done it.
There was just so much visually wrong and jumbled and messed up on that addition to the franchises. It's a wonder why they got approval for the next installment, which was arguably even worse.
Is it wrong that I know that I watched the film? That's
Yes.
the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I know I watched it, but I just don't remember anything.
Yeah, it's
So, what about this one?
big man in a suit of armor. Take that away. What are you? A genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, and Sherlock Holmes. Take away your super soldier upgrade, and what are you?
Worthy.
I like these odds.
Actually, he is worthy. That's what he is.
Oh, by the way, JM did this one too.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gee. God damn it.
So, one of the things within the MCU is the two discussion there. Each assumption that they made during the helicarrier fight on Avengers 1, when they're arguing, is they fight each other like, what are you behind the suit? You're nothing. You're the type of person to never make the sacrifice play. And then with Captain America, what are you behind this? Or with Iron Man, what are you behind the serum? You're nothing. Everything that you came out of you comes from a tube, right? And with Endgame, it proves each one of them wrong, and that's one of the subtle things that I liked.
Well, and even then, before that, you still had. Oh, wow.
There's your bat nipples.
I could suck on those nipples.
Fucking hell. And the fact that they just. Air valves.
Yeah.
Here, I'll fix that for you guys.
Uh-oh.
I'm trying to call Gio in without actually doing it.
He says he's going to be available
Gio,
next week.
Gio.
You
No,
couldn't have made one of the now bi-monthly Star Trek series in a time zone or time that's convenient for me.
It'll be
They
convenient
both
for
have to
you
be
when
at
you get
5
to the
a.m.
States.
That's still 3 months away.
Not
What's
my
wrong with
problem.
3 months?
Actually, no, not 3 months. Let's see. Not that I'm counting.
Not that I'm
Oh,
counting,
you know
but
you're
let me
fucking
get.
counting.
Let me
You've
get
been
the,
counting since like last
What the
February.
hell?
the
Oh yeah, it's 3 months.
that's-
I'm at 94 days.
Look at the
What?
title of this.
Somebody has no need to be playing with Star Trek toys.
Triple X
Oh.
parody. Wow.
The walk. I like that one.
Scotty, the only red shirt to not be seriously injured during
Go
an
back.
episode.
Go back one. What the fuck is that?
It's supposed to be Spork.
Spork.
Slork.
Is that how?
It's
Is that how
actually
Furball
Slork.
sees Leonard Nimoy?
He's a beautiful man.
Yeah.
I think that represents the new Spock from Discovery.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
Done. Oh yeah, some of the
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
the props department photos.
I still can't believe that Brent Spiner is going back to doing Star Trek.
Well, him and a few others.
Yeah, but just how much he dogged on it. It's like, yeah, I made sure they wrote me off the whole script so I could never have to come back again with Nemesis.
Well, you didn't take into account B4.
No, I'm talking about his personal quotes. He had them change the script to kill Data so he would never have to do Star Trek again.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. He had them change the script to have him die.
Nice.
Because he didn't think it would be right for Data to keep coming back for more and more movies that they had planned with him aging.
True.
You know, that was his public reason, but you know, I think it actually had to do more with the fact that he was a dick in real life. That the cast was not really fond of him.
How many years has it been? Change of heart.
No, I think that he realized that he couldn't get any other gigs that were reliable, so he's more change of wallet.
Same thing.
Well, I don't wear my wallet on my chest, but you know.
No, that's why you have your bat nipple valves.
Oh God. Okay, Big Junior.
Sonic screwdriver. Yeah.
I like Brett Spiner. He's got a decent sense of humor when he's off. He's actually got a pretty good Picard impression.
Mm.
He does a good Patrick Stewart. He's actually trolled him a couple times at conventions with it.
Oh, nice.
Has there ever been a Doctor Who Star Trek crossover?
Yes, I have the comic. I have some of the comic books on that.
No, I mean like a show.
Not that
crossover.
I know of. No.
No.
Comics don't really count.
Yeah, they're not same universe.
Well, Doctor Who's in all the universes, though.
Yeah, in theory, yes, he is.
Have you guys ever heard of the Tommy Westfall theory?
No.
No.
Okay, so and I think it's St. Elmo's Fire was the TV show. St. Elmo's Fire was a hospital show, wasn't it?
Yes.
So the very last episode of St. Elmo's Fire, there is a scene of the hospital being snowed on, and then it pulls out into a snow globe. And it shows a kid, Tommy Westfall, who is one of the kids of one of the doctors, looking at it. And then the dad, doctor, walks in like dirty, like he just came out of a coal mine or something. And with grandpa saying, so what's he do? It's like, I don't know. He just spends all day staring at that snow globe. So the kid's autistic. It makes it sound like that everything from the entire series of St. Elmo's Fire was in Tommy Westfall's head.
Yeah, they call it a lot of flack.
Okay.
So, but there are like several dozen TV shows that have crossovers or beginnings from St. Elmo's Fire. So, like Doctor Who has a crossover, and that was like the first time a fake brand of cigarettes was used, and that fake brand of cigarettes is now used on hundreds of TV shows and movies. So the big picture of it is like, okay, if it's a TV show that has this cigarette, it's in the Tommy Westfall universe's head because it started there. So there are hundreds of TV shows that they're saying technically are connected by this little kid making it up.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like a massive web of all these interconnected TV shows.
Well, I'll say this: it ties things better than a lot of people who do Pixar theories.
I haven't seen the new Toy Story yet.
Neither have I. I actually have no desire to. 3 kind of turned me off to any more Toy Stories.
Hey, the last one almost made me cry while they were in the fire pit.
And then it ends right as they're in the fire pit.
It does not
You
end right
got
there.
a friend. No, there's a when the movie first came out, they put there was an edited torrent file going around, right? And it ends right with Buzz looking directly at the fire as they're going down, or Woody, and then it goes black. You got a friend in me.
Oh, that's harsh. Don't toy with my emotions.
I put the Ultimate Galactic Battles in the internal chat.
So, Jared, this episode has truly lived up to your Seinfeld analogy.
What's his Seinfeld analogy?
This show is like Seinfeld.
You know what Seinfeld is about, right?
Absolutely nothing.
It's a show about nothing.
And more nothing.
Jared's busy masturbating.
Stop watching him.
No.
You know, Piggy, he likes the hack cameras.
That's why I don't when I don't have my camera on, I actually close the damn thing because I know Pig's out there somewhere.
I mean, I still have that screenshot, by the way, Sean.
I bet you do.
No, yes, I do.
I like that one because that one makes me think that he's like an advanced version of Bender.
Nope, it's the next version of Android.
Look at Bender.
It's
And
Android
the
photo.
face.
That was the early days of Android.
Android.1.
Yeah. It's a fake.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Critter.
Hello.
I stuck on Pig's little icon. I thought,
Oh, that's because I'm watching you. So I'd like to say I woke up at 7:35 p.m. for Veterans Talk, and then I'm gonna be up all night for movie night.
There you go.
You got a friend in me.
Hang on, I think I got some other ones here. Hang on. Let me hide this. There you go. There's a nice schematic. This was after the refit.
Yep.
Right.
I found these a couple days ago.
I used to have a bunch of the technical manuals.
Who remembers Star Trek Legacy?
There you go. There's your new
Uh-oh.
red shirt.
Oh, God.
Oh, there you go. That's for those who want it in your bathroom. It's a shower curtain.
Oh, nice.
Why did I get the feeling you took a picture of your bathroom for that one?
Oh,
I like the reference.
I love this reference.
Okay, guys, I fucking love that image.
where did you go, Jared? Were you touching yourself? Me and Sean placed bets. We didn't, but I'm just curious.
Oh, here you go. Here's a good crossover.
Your silence speaks words.
No, there's just so much no on that one. That's like a big bucket of fuck you.
Now you see why he joined the Air Force.
Hey.
So an Orion slave girl Borg human?
No, it's,
Princess
no.
Leia.
Princess Leia. Yeah.
It's a mashup between Leia and Seven of Nine.
And the Porg is a part Borg.
And the Starfleet officer is in a Jedi cloak.
Tune
Oh, and his phaser is also a lightsaber.
Such a horrible mashup.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get rid of that for you.
Uh-oh. What do we got here?
Yeah. I can attest that one is very true.
Duct tape. Yep.
Yep. 100%.
I wasn't a big fan of the whole Matt Smith era.
The whole what?
Matt Smith era.
Oh, why not?
Oh,
It
I
was
love
just
Matt
too.
Smith.
It was just too cartoonish.
But that's it. So that's the thing with Matt Smith. You actually have two distinct styles that they went with, because they actually embraced the actor's youthfulness and absurdity when he was with the Pawns. But then when he lost the Pawns and ended up having Clara as the companion, they definitely went with a more mature and aesthetic and also stylings to everything. He still had the quirkiness because, I mean, come on, it's Matt Smith. That's part of what he brought into the character that was actually, in my opinion, great, was that dynamic change. But yes, that majestic motherfucker right there
Oh, nice.
needed
Yeah,
more than one season. You, Russell T. Davies, you fucker.
I enjoyed him, and I also enjoyed David Tennant.
See, now, I was not a fan of Matt Smith when I first started watching that series, but going back and watching, I am a bigger fan of Matt than I am David Tennant now, mostly because of the Pawn series. I
Oh,
could
yeah.
go back and re-watch the entirety, and I have probably 3 or 4 times, beginning to end, from Little Amy to Angels Take Manhattan. And I just love it. I love that series of events. Favorite of the entire series for me.
Here you go, Jared.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, go ahead. I gotta go find a picture. A couple years ago for the Colorado Springs Comic Con, our entire family dressed up as Doctor Who, and my son was a Dalek that I built.
Oh, nice.
Oh, fucking vampires don't sparkle.
Yep.
And you don't fall in love with your lunch.
Well, wait, Sean, we do have Pig here.
I like you to know I have eaten many pets as my grandmother had chickens. So yes, I have fallen in love with my lunch.
Oh, Jesus.
No, that's me completely.
That is funny.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. And the bottom left is definitely word of warning to anyone going to Cy Strike's movie night after this.
Yeah.
You know,
Nah.
that is something about the Tennant era. You definitely had better application of some of the villains because you have the Angels, you have the resurgence of the Cybermen and Daleks. What new did the Smith era bring in terms of relevant
Combining them all
adversaries?
together.
The silence. When did the silence start?
Ooh,
That was Matt Smith, wasn't
yeah,
it?
that was Matt Smith.
Yeah, and the silence is an amazing opponent.
Just remember, if you wake up with tick marks,
Does not wake up if you just look down.
Yeah, you got more tick marks than you started off with.
although that was an ingenious ending to combat the invasion. That subliminal message
Yeah,
embedded into the replay of Apollo 11's landing.
Here you go.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I think we need to talk about the Emu Wars again.
Oh, jeez.
Look who's in chat.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time, don't you think he deserves just a little bit of a break? I mean, we can't stress him out that much.
Well, Bo's not here, but I do have the sound effect for it. Let me make.
Hey, my dog's asleep. Quit.
That's what headphones are for, Pig.
I know I'm wearing headphones, but dogs' ears are sensitive.
Well, it's you because you're awesome. Yes, we are.
Yeah. But, so. Benedict Cumberbatch. Better as Khan or
Cumberbatch.
Sherlock?
I haven't seen the
Oh.
watch.
No, you know what? You know what the fans of him are called?
Cumberbitches?
There you go.
I thought it was Cumberbatch. I'm confused.
Cumberbatch.
If you look at the spelling of his last name, it's Batch.
Oh, never knew.
Unless the T's silent for some reason. Oh, I've seen this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
All right, give me a second. I'm gonna. Where's my?
but
I just
Yeah.
found the pictures of my son and my family as the
Here, I found
Doctor
it to fix our TARDIS.
nice. So,
Only Scotty could.
so
Yeah.
Sean, you said you hadn't seen his version of Sherlock.
Right.
All right, so let me know when you guys see it.
And top. Nice.
Okay.
And Revenge of the Nerds was there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's still alive?
Yeah, I know.
One of the few.
And they had a kids costume contest, and my son won.
Aw.
And then this was all of us. My daughter was Amy, or was River Song,
Oh, nice.
and my wife was Amy. Yeah. So that was last year. For Halloween the year before that, we were Game of Thrones, and my son was Hodor. We actually had a doll on his back to be Bran, and
Nice.
the only thing he said while we were out trick or treating was Hodor. My daughter was Arya, and she knew half of her kill list. She had Needle, and we have a Siberian Husky, so we had Nymeria walking around with us.
Nice.
Nice. That's a good touch.
Yeah. We do family theme for Halloween, which sucks is because I left before Halloween last year, and now that I've extended a month, I'm going to miss Halloween again this year.
Oh, that
So-
sucks.
Now that you've done a whole family thing for Halloween for Game of Thrones, do you regret that decision now?
I don't. What are you talking about? There's only 6 seasons, right?
That count? Yeah.
I'm still waiting for the final season to come out.
Yeah, you're right.
I
Just
honestly
like there's
quit
only
watching.
7 episodes of seven movies of Star Trek or Star Wars. That last one was a meat hook abortion.
Hey, what's wrong with meat hooks?
When applied properly, they're fine, but when you try to make a movie out of one,
Now here's what's really in your TARDIS.
how'd you get into my house? And by the way, that's only the entryway to it. That door in back actually opens as well.
Yeah, okay, I bet.
Hey, Space for Everyone is here. I think that was a name change. I think that was our NASA fanboy.
Oh, hang on.
But yeah, Sean,
Here's your computer.
I like it. Hang on.
I'll make it a little bigger for you.
Well, I'm trying to see if there's enough video outputs for me to actually use it.
I see an HDMI, DVI, and a VGA. It looks like an S video port too.
Yeah, unfortunately, I would need a HDMI and a display port.
Oh, there's another. Oh, look like the video cards on top as well as what's built in the motherboard. Looks like a display port, DVI, and a VGA.
Ooh. So it just might be. Take my
I want-
money.
Yeah. And it even has a CD-ROM in the front. I thought that was pretty cool.
Hey, you ugly bastard out there in the chat. Yeah, I'm looking at you, team. You have the link in Discord. Which, so, someone decided to take a couple clips of team dancing and Craig gyrating, and holy shit, it was hilarious. I'm gonna have... Let me find the channel that did that.
Fireball, I found your new house.
Yeah.
Hang on, it's coming up now. This is probably just your living room.
Oh, I'm down with that.
What would the wife say though?
Oh, she's down for Doctor Who.
Oh, I'm sure. That would be pretty cool to have as a room somewhere.
Oh yeah, that's got to be the man cave.
Yep. Hang on, I think I got something else here. Let's see here. Oh, there you go. Figure that one out. It's like, where's Waldo? But you got to find the doctor.
Why can I not find the video now?
Yeah, I got one more. Let's see.
Sure.
Where are my permissions?
Your permissions are weak. Was it Rider of Dinosaurs video? It must have. So there's that one. Yes, from a day ago. Rider of Dinosaurs.
Oh, that video, yes.
Nails, hair, hips, and heels. That video. You know what? Doing the face reveal a little bit early, team. Good call. So much content to be created by all.
Well, Carrie Mack made a gif out of it for Team Skeptic.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, but I did not catch Craig getting in on it at one point, but
Yeah.
To think that team was a definite white boy when it came to dancing. Yeah, Scotland. Do you want to disown Craig now?
But Craig's not Scottish. He's from bloody Bristol.
Well, but he lives up there.
Living there, does living in a barn make you a horse?
But it could make you a cow.
Depends on if you're talking deliverance.
Yeah, just that dance and the fact that people kept donating for it.
I'm pissed that I missed the reveal.
I have a question for you guys. Did Ellen mentioning Hellsteed Trotsky put the image of like did anyone else think of or when Alan mentioned fucking horses, did anyone else think Hellsteed Trotsky?
Nope, only you.
Oh. Sean, do you know the story of Hellsteed?
No, and I don't think I want to.
Jared, tell him.
Oh, I've heard this before.
Quite simply, this guy admitted to raping ponies.
Man, I think that's enough of that topic.
Yeah, exactly.
Demonetized.
Believe it or not, all the VTWs lately have been in the green.
Wow.
Because we're not really seeing anything too offensive. Although,
all right,
Pig, that is not a challenge.
You have Pig here. How do you not do things that are offensive?
Maybe they just haven't been looking enough. They're just like, oh, god damn it, he's challenging it again. Just give it to him.
They have an algorithm just for Piggy.
Sadly, they probably do. And that makes Pig very proud.
No comment.
Unneeded.
Yeah, you can go take care of yourself now, Pig. We'll move on to something else.
Wait, I have to take care of myself? Wait, masturbation. No, I'm good right now. I had some chicken.
They have devices in Japan for that.
Oh, yes, they do.
And immediately my thought goes to, wait a minute, wasn't there a story a while ago where people were complaining that these sex bots could potentially take jobs away from certain people?
Yes.
Yes.
Prostitution, the oldest profession in the book, goes away.
Yeah, I think they're getting rid of the red light district in Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. Or was that Switzerland?
Well, I don't know. We don't have Bo here to confirm.
Oh, okay.
Where is Bo?
Who knows?
For you to do this.
Wait. Are we sure that isn't Geist?
That's why I said who paid him to do it.
Oh. I don't think we would have had to pay him.
Yeah, I would have done that. That's probably similar to when you go to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. There's 100 people pretending to hold it up. Everybody that goes to the South Pole does that.
Well, probably within the last 2 to 3 years, maybe.
I would.
Remember, south is down.
Yeah.
So is Dropity.
Droppity, Falkity.
Some have called VTW a circle jerk, but this is ridiculous. Are you new here?
Did you not serve in the military?
No, they're.
Oh, I saw a meme earlier in the week. It was normal friends talk nice to your face and shit behind your back. Military friends talk shit to your face and nice behind your back.
Yep.
Yeah, entirely accurate. But then again, at the same time, to me, that is the true measure of a friend. How much shit can you give the other person without it being just outright hateful?
Yeah.
So what you're all saying is you love me.
Notice
That
I
makes
mentioned the hateful part.
You've never been hateful to me.
I have.
No, you haven't. You love me too, Sean. You all love me.
Let me rephrase this. Are you still blocked?
I don't know.
Yes, you are.
Hey, we got a wild J in the chat. You know what? I know, I still... Uh-oh, what did you post there, Jay? Oh, okay.
Why is my stuff on fire?
Because you keep rubbing it too hard.
There's medicine for that, dude.
Yeah, I
Why?
had a guy when I deployed to Bosnia that I actually went to the clinic because his dick was so raw from masturbating, and he got a profile from the doctor to not masturbate for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Some of the...
And there was another guy. This wasn't deployed. This was back in the rear. He liked to bring big girls back to the barracks, and as a joke, his supervisor gave him a counseling statement forbidding him from banging fat girls.
Give him a statement for what?
He gave him a counseling statement forbidding him from banging fat girls, because that's all he brought back to the barracks was big girls.
Sorry, I was actually having a hard time translating forbidding.
You sure it wasn't forbade?
Still out there.
Yeah, it should have been forbade.
Forbade.
Yeah, we're cultured in here, man.
Where's Brainy and Chesh when I need them to confirm this?
Well, they need to have a maple tree next to it.
That's further north.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
And which one's Steve?
Can't masturbate for 2 weeks. Didn't say about someone else doing it for him.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, the problem though is that he was kind of a dirty, crusty, smelly kid. There was a reason he masturbated.
Oh.
Hey,
How
was it over? It was stateside, right?
No, that was in Bosnia.
Oh.
Yep. My prostitute. So yeah, he had no problems.
Maybe that's why he got
Yeah,
deployed over there.
Yeah, the big girls were back in the rear for a different guy, but that guy, the masturbation kid, he also had a fetish for granny porn.
No, the worst Article 15 I ever had to do was some dude that was masturbating in the shower. Let's just say that an electric toothbrush was involved.
Ew.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, does he
Was
reuse
it
this
his
toothbrush for his mouth, or is it only for his prostate?
You only get one toothbrush.
Oh,
Oh.
okay then.
Ah.
Was it someone else's toothbrush?
No, it was his own, thank God. But yeah, he didn't stick around long. Yeah, that was the most horrific Article 15 I've ever had to do.
You had to write that up.
Yeah, how do you write that up without it going even farther than needed?
There was no way to safely do it. I'll just say that. Because there's no polite way to word that.
Yeah. There's no way to be PC about it, right?
No, he fully did anal cavity searching with his electric toothbrush. So yeah.
And it's one of those that doesn't necessarily end the career outright, like end that moment, but it definitely trims down the length of it.
Hey, I got an Article 15 when I was in E3.
What the hell did you do?
How did you do?
I was in Bosnia, and
It was the fat girl, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't the fat girl. Me and another guy were on guard duty, and he fell asleep, and I was like casually just sitting there on guard duty. Had my Kevlar off, I had my boot blouses undone, and my jacket or my flak vest. That's how long ago it was. Flak vest off, and the regimental commander, because I was cab at the time, the regimental commander was running the track around post, and he noticed there was only one head up in the tower. So he came walking up there, and I couldn't wake up my buddy in time, and I didn't have my shit on. So all he did was open the door, looked at us, and said, "Tell the sergeant of the guard to meet me at gate 1." So I got an Article 15 for being out of uniform while on guard duty. The other guy got an Article 15 for being asleep on guard duty.
Ouch.
I only got one Article 15.
What's that?
I said I only got one Article 15, and it was when I was in the National Guard, and it didn't hold. They filed it incorrectly.
How do you get an Article 15 in the National Guard?
When you're on a deployment, you get blackout drunk after drinking an entire fifth of vodka and a half a fifth of rum.
Yeah, that would do it.
Mm-hmm. Drunk on duty. But I got drunk when I was off duty, but unfortunately I was still drunk when I had to be back on duty.
Yeah, and there's also no alcohol on deployment.
No, we could have alcohol. We just couldn't have that much.
Where were you at?
Sinai,
Oh, okay.
MFO, Multinational Force and Observers.
Hey, Jared, sending you one on Discord.
Hey, let's.
Yeah, I actually ran into my battery commander that gave me the Article 15, 15 years after it happened. He was a civilian at the time working at ForceCom headquarters across my office at Fort Bragg.
Yeah, let's see how many people can see that one.
I had a feeling that's what you were going to tell me.
This will be a test of where does your mind go when you see certain types of images.
Oh, shit. Like to see them put that camouflage into use.
Oh, nice.
But the relevant one is about midway down all the way to the right.
Oh.
Somebody asked, please explain what an Article 15 is for us regular people. Non-judicial punishment.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. It's a commander punishing you for some kind of violation of law or regulation. You You have no say in it. The commander just says you're wrong, but the punishment he can give you is very low. So if you disagree with the commander's punishment, you can demand a trial by court-martial. But usually it's like drunk on duty. So you can get a company commander can bust you 1 pay grade, give you 1 month of extra duty, and can take away half a month's pay. Battalion commander can take away, depending on the rank, all your pay unless you're higher ranking, and then take away 2 months. So basically, it's a way for a company commander to maintain discipline without a court martial.
And there are some offenses that don't even get the opportunity at NJP. They go straight to court martial.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are your big offenses.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of my guys being charged with rape.
Yeah, that's what I deal with daily.
I had to be the bailiff for his trial. That was.
Oh, that's fun.
I got really well acquainted with a lieutenant colonel, the judge.
Where was that at?
Fort Drum.
How long ago?
Oh, that'd have been. Oh, I think that was 2000.
Okay.
Yep. And the woman that charged him with charging him with rape was they both went to PLDC together, and she was sleeping with a friend of mine. She was married, and her husband was. She was at Fort Drum, and her husband was in Fort Bragg, and she was sleeping with my friend up in Alpha Company.
Ooh.
But
What were the
unfortunately,
trial results?
that has nothing to do with rape. The claim is the claim. The claim is she said that he raped her, and then he was stupid enough to give a statement to CID.
Hey, that's me.
Oh, you're CID?
Yeah.
Ah, go fuck yourself.
Was waiting
Hey,
for that to happen.
Hey, don't commit fucking crime.
I turned my camera on and just put my middle finger. Yeah, all right. Investigate this, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm a civilian. I think all day.
I've been doing this for 15 years. We don't go after soldiers for doing things that aren't wrong. I don't go finding crime. Crime usually comes to me. And
Yeah, if
all
you
my
did that,
job is to figure out what happened.
Yeah, you're supposed to clear those boards. You're not supposed to keep adding shit to them.
Yeah.
Hey, Furball, did you show anybody actually that full video you were thinking of showing me the other day?
Which one?
Of the civilian. The civilian.
No, I didn't. Yeah, we had a death a couple weeks ago. Is that the one? Or is it something different?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a death a couple weeks ago. Korean national. They were offloading an MRAP, and he was standing in between a crane and the MRAP, and got squished.
Ow.
Ouch.
Yeah. So that's what I do on a daily basis, things like that, not go find soldiers that raped each other. Again, they come to me.
Can you imagine the cleanup? Ugh.
Oh, there was no blood.
Oh, there wasn't any. Oh, okay.
Nope.
So everything
all
stayed. He
internal.
got squished, but he didn't go squish.
Correct.
Cool. Well, not cool
Like-
for him, obviously, or his
Very
family.
much like a stress toy. You can squeeze it, but nothing comes up.
It definitely pushed the limits of the
That's true.
elasticity of the skin.
How badly was he crushed? Let's just say that we could transport him like rolling up a toothpaste, an empty toothpaste.
Oh. You only need half a body bag.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
he did say that it was a Korean national, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you only
They were
needed
already-
the smaller body bag
Yeah,
anyways.
you're looking like a quarter then.
I knew you were going to go with a short route. Racist.
But is it really racist,
But
though?
is it? Is it really? Yeah. No. No. Koreans can be short. So.
No joke, the number of times off base in Japan, if I wanted to find out where the closest American was, all I had to do was look straight ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that's the only that's I told my wife, I said, yeah, I wouldn't mind going to see like visit China or Japan because I'm only 5'9", but it'd be great to just feel massive, you know.
Yeah, one of my guys is 6'1", and he said it's a pain in the ass whenever I go hiking because none of the Koreans clear out all the spider webs on the trail.
Oh yeah, he hits all the top ones.
So you guys were talking about Article 15s earlier, and I think I've told this story before on here. When I was in Iraq, I was getting ready to brief a battalion commander, so I was waiting outside of his office to brief him on one of our cases, and they had their Article 15 wall. So just reading over all the Article 15s, and it's drunk on duty, alcohol consumption, adultery, alcohol, blah blah blah. And then there was one that was for shooting Private Smith with an inert 203 round. I want to know the story behind that. I want to know if Private Smith pissed him off and he was shooting him, or was it a dare and Private Smith had his flak vest on? He's like, all right, man, I'm ready, go.
Wait, how did they know it was an inert 203 round?
Because it didn't go boom.
I'm
Inert 203 rounds are blue.
Huh?
Inert 203, all inert rounds are blue.
Oh, okay.
For training.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot about that. Yeah, you got the training, the
Yeah.
training 203 rounds.
Uh-oh.
What you find now?
No, it's what Brainy sent me.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'll send you the link, Jared. You can.
Hey, BM, I got a question.
Yeah.
Could you shoot me with a round?
Send it.
Like
I
if
don't
I
have any.
get a no. When you're in America, right? And if we meet, can you shoot me with a round? Like I'm wearing a bulletproof vest and you shoot my vest.
No.
Why not?
Can I? Yes.
Will he?
I? Beyond no.
Why not?
I didn't mean to kill him. He said he wanted me to shoot him.
He literally asked for it.
We'll record it. It'll be okay.
I missed his bulletproof vest and wanted for the groin.
Wait a minute.
Though, wouldn't it?
Did you inform that person that those bullets were Teflon coated? Nope, sure as hell didn't.
Well, so if he was wearing a bulletproof vest, why did you shoot him in the head?
I missed.
I slipped.
What did he say before he died? Good enough to fuck your mother.
Oh, what is it? That one movie where the father shoots his daughter from a distance? Oh, it's not Hitman. What the hell was it?
So, Jared, did you get the link?
Yeah.
That's it. Badass.
Wow.
Yeah, Brainy sent that to me.
Can you send me the link?
Actually, yeah, Jay, go ahead and send it over to him. We can get rid of Pig for a little while.
Because I have a picture of Brainy on the toilet.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Now take that picture and think about that while you watch this video.
Uh-oh.
It's too big.
I mean,
I've
that
seen
looks
Brainy-
safe enough to share to the group.
No, it's not.
But it's on YouTube.
Oh, wait. Yes, and I like my monetization so far. I would like to keep it for a while.
Yeah, stick it on your channel there, Pig.
Wait, what is this video?
I only have one video on my channel, okay? And I'm soon going to have two.
It's
Yes.
it's a lubrication demonstration.
Oh, yikes!
He's not mocking Orphan Red again, is he?
No.
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 Hey, speaking of lube, I've been trying to talk Cy into, essentially we're going to get 30 gallons, right?
Oh, jeez.
We're going to buy the veterinarian powdered lube. We're going to get 30 gallons, get a bunch of tarps, and we're going to go to a hill, okay? And we're also going to bring a mannequin.
That sounds like more effort.
Are you making a giant slip and slide?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Mythbusters already did that.
Look up I like to make stuff, He did that. Really simple version. It was pretty cool.
But the idea is we get everyone within movie night to build or at least, like design a not like a board, but like design a way to make the mannequin slow down on the slip and slide, right? And take as long as possible to reach the bottom. Okay. And so
You know what? Everything that people say about you, Look a Pig, is correct.
are you sure about that?
You are very observant.
So like we essentially do that for a video, okay? And then that's the entire video. Just putting that experiment together, right? To see, who can win the contest and win a mug.
A mug?
Yeah.
Sai gives away
No.
mugs.
If you're gonna be that arbitrary, just make caramels.
No, we'll do mugs. I like mugs. I still need a mug from Sai. I won one. When am I going to get it?
He's afraid you're going to defile it, man.
I defiled his car.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, just by sitting in it.
No, literally, first thing I did was I reached like, okay, where's your voltage thing? Like what are the fucking cigarette charger things called?
The cigarette
Cigarette lighter.
Okay. So where's your cigarette lighter? And then he was like, well, it's in the back there, and there's a bunch of plugs hooked up to it.
Well, you
Just
call
so
it
many.
well, the cigarette lighter is just the actual little the little
The
thing
insert.
that goes into the 12 is that inserts into that's a 12 volt, I believe, 12 volt socket.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
either way, I was like, where's your charger? And then he's like, it's in the back there, and there's like 8 cords plugged into it, and I just yank it out.
You're a dick.
And then he was confused on why it wasn't working. I was like, I needed it for what? For this. And then I pull out an inverter. And then I plug my laptop to it. I couldn't get it to work for some reason. I think it had to do with the voltage of the charger. Wasn't high enough.
Yeah, some of those inverters are actually intended for an aircraft socket, which actually runs at 24 volts, not 12.
Yeah.
Well, it works in my house. Like, not my house, but like at home, it worked there. So I was confused on why it didn't work with him.
That leads me
Like,
actually to a really good deployment story.
Ooh.
We actually had a fire on a plane coming back from or no, we were flying two. So we were flying to Sinai, and so I was part of the load detail, so I got first. So the guys that were on the load detail got first class. So we were all sitting in first class, and I had my Uber HP laptop, and I bought an inverter, and it had the adapter to go into the socket, because the first class seats had the 24 volt socket. Well, somebody right behind me had decided to they got a power strip, and they used their inverter with their adapter and plugged it into somebody's seat just on the other side of the wall that divides from the main cabin to the or from the coach or whatever from first class. So they plugged in the inverter into one of those sockets and then plugged a power strip into the I think it was like a 6 or 8 outlet power strip into that inverter. And so 4 people were using their computers on the plane right behind first class. Well, it overloaded a circuit panel in the back, and it caught fire.
You think?
It ended up being delayed in Germany for like 4 or 5 hours. Couldn't go anywhere. We were stuck there. I think we were at Ramstein. We were stuck there for like 5 hours until they could figure out what happened. I remember falling. I was asleep, and I remember this one of the stewardesses coming up, and she woke me up, and I looked, and she goes, "You still got your computer plugged in?" I said, "No, it's put away. It's underneath my seat." She goes, "Oh, okay. Well, we got a power issue going on." I said, "Check the asshole behind me." And she goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "There's a jackass, and he's my squad leader. He's an E6, and he had an inverter plugged in to one of these chairs and had it connected to a power strip. And it's just sure as shit, they chewed his fucking ass out." What the fuck are you doing? It's funny. I got my squad leader in trouble.
Sometimes it's fun when you can get an asshat like that in trouble.
he was such a douchebag. Talking about a guy who to make weight so that he could get his so he got his E6 provisionally, but he hadn't gone to what is that? I'm forgetting the school to go to get your E6 in the Army.
It used to be A knock now, or B knock. Now it's changed.
Yeah. So he was trying to make weight for it. And so while we're in Sinai, it'd be like 140 degrees in the sun. He put a garbage bag on himself and go running. 140-degree heat. A black garbage bag. We're just shorts, t-shirt, and a black garbage bag. We're just like,
That's one technique.
Yeah. We're like, okay. He lost the weight, went to BNOC, got his V. So now he could keep his E6, and then he got even fatter after that. So,
No, they never do that.
yeah. Whereas I went before that deployment. When that deployment started, I was 238 pounds because I did a lot of drinking when I got out of the Army. Well, actually, no, I was doing the same amount of drinking that I was doing when I was in the Army, and that was a problem because I
no PT.
Yeah, and so I got up to 238 pounds, and at 5'9", 238 pounds is a lot.
Yeah.
But by the time I left Sinai, I was 165 pounds.
Damn.
I sweat it all off. I also worked my ass off because I actually started working. Got a 280.
I started the keto diet a couple weeks ago because I've gotten a little chubby since I've been in here in Korea, and I started at about 180, and I weighed myself this morning, and I'm 166.6. I'm proud of that.
Hail Satan.
Yeah, I'm still 200.
And I'm 5'9" as well. I also have zero muscle mass.
Well,
just like, are you a bunch of skin now? I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Well, you are a warrant officer, so
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not to be seen.
it got an image to maintain.
You don't count.
It's one of those, you're not enlisted, but are you really an officer? We don't know.
Well, the thing is he loses all the weight, right? And then on top of it, he's CID. It's like, okay, cool. You were already repellent to begin with, so I don't understand the weight loss.
You see the love I get from my own branch of military? You see this? I'm hated internally.
Just imagine if NCIS was actually active duty personnel like CID is. Just imagine the ration of shit they would get.
Yeah.
I actually think that's why the Navy went with civilian contractors for it, for that reason. Also, to possibly lend an air of credibility because, hey, look, see, we're not using active duty personnel, we're using independent civilians who are properly qualified to do our criminal research and everything.
Yeah, but the impetus behind most of that is all tailhook.
Oh, yeah.
What's tailhook? What does that mean?
Oh,
so in the back in the 90s, so CID went through this pain in the 70s. Who controls the investigative arm? So in the 70s for the Army, CID worked for the MPs worked for the garrison commander. So technically, the garrison commander can tell the felony investigators stop. And it happened. And there became like little mafias of sergeant majors doing like drug rings in Germany. So because of all those problems, CID became autonomous. We don't answer to anyone on post. We go all the way straight. Our chain of command goes straight up to the Pentagon. Well, and that happened in like 72. In the 90s, the Navy had the same problem. Once a year, they have a convention in Vegas called Tailhook, reference to the tailhook arrestor on aircraft carriers. And they had NIS, the Naval Investigative Service. They didn't just do criminal investigations. They could do any type of administrative, blah, 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 other kind of stuff. But they were also locally controlled. But when you have admirals and captains banging hookers in hotels in Vegas and then telling NIS, no, you can't look into this, it doesn't look too good to Congress.
Oh, and not to mention the other reindeer games that were going on between the junior pilots that were there.
How
Yeah.
did no one see that as like a conflict of interest, like a huge one?
Yeah.
It's
So yeah, after that, NIS became NCIS. They became 90% civilian, and now their only focus is criminal investigations and counterintelligence. And the only active duty NCIS agents are actually Marines, because the theory was that Marines deploy, the Navy doesn't. We can put a civilian on a ship, we can't put him in a combat zone. So for the Marines, we need to have active duty folks that we can send downrange. Turns out you can send them both. Because I was in Iraq with NCIS agents.
Train.
Yeah, gotta love political changes like that. But and that's one of those you can kind of see why both changes were made.
Mm-hmm.
Especially changing the chain of command and who you ultimately report to really was all that needed to be done on both cases. But
Yeah.
no, no. Big Navy is like, no. If we're gonna fuck this up, we're gonna fuck this up all the way.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
you went. I thought you go to the
What's that?
Marines to do that. If you want something fucked up, just Marine Corps. Hold this.
Again, who are the only active duty component of NCIS? The Marines.
Yep.
Oh, they're like the chunk of the military. Here, hold this and wait for it.
Yeah.
Wait for it to drop it.
God damn it! I told
Yeah,
you
I
to
actually
hold
had
it,
to-
not eat it.
Yeah, I had to explain this whole thing to a fairly senior civilian recently who thought that I worked for the garrison commander, and I had to explain. It's like, no, we don't work for the garrison. Garrison does their own thing. I'm autonomous. I am geographically located as a support element. Well, at what point does your chain of command cross over Army chain of command? It's like, well, my next hire is in Hawaii. Next after that is Fort Lewis. Next after that is the Pentagon. So the Secretary of the Army, that's where we cross.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'd say that makes you pretty damn autonomous when it comes to the other commands there at on post.
He said, so in theory, if I pissed off the garrison commander, he could technically kick me off post and take away my office building because it's his building, and I'm not subordinate to anyone here. It would just be a very bad political move for him.
Wait, what rank is the garrison commander usually?
06 Fulbert Colonel.
Yeah, he does that. He's never seeing a star.
No.
Uh,
What do you want, Midnight?
is he
Never
going to
mind.
be starting a show?
No, he already did one earlier.
Actually, I hadn't talked to the kid in a while, and last night we spent like an hour catching up on shit.
But you and I need to have a conversation. I think I found some fresh meat for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, but it's completely theological. But you get a kick out of it, possibly, or you just get really annoyed and just be like, "Fuck it, not worth my time."
Well, this is the great show about nothing. So
Oh, so this is like
why
science.
wait? Yeah, yeah.
You ever heard of a user goes by praise I am that I am?
What?
No.
He goes by praise I am that I am. That's his YouTube.
Is his real name Dr. Seuss?
I do not like green eggs and ham. Praise that I am. He's well. You're familiar with Jill, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And her juice.
So
no, different Jill. This is Jesus is Lord.
Yeah.
Ah.
Him and Jesus is Lord are the two that actually debated the slavery topic on modern day debate between them and Skylar Fiction and Dr. Josh Bowen.
Okay.
Yeah, praise is. I've gotten really good at imitating his co-host for his little channel is a woman who goes by Olive Branch. Gotten pretty good at imitating her. So they're from Oklahoma, so they've got a very distinct accent from what I can hear. I don't know if all Oklahoma people from Oklahoma share that same accent, but um, it's very distinct the way they emphasize certain words. I don't know. I don't know if saying the word "showing" is actually something that's regional, but I thought that was kind of interesting. He won't say shown; he'll say showing. I'm like showing. What's showing? What is that?
Yeah, that's a regional thing.
Yeah.
Southern Midwest, I think, is what they technically call it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you might. I think you might be right there. But yeah, he's pretty fun. Nicola and I got kicked from his Discord server, quick, fast, and in a hurry one time. And him and I get along fine. It's just he was having a conversation about something, and then I went in and started having a conversation, and then Nicola came in. Oh, I sent a Discord. I sent him the Discord invite. Nicola's like, "What the fuck is this?" So he comes in anyway. He starts talking. We get accused of sophistry and manipulation, and both of us got banned. Not kicked, banned.
Wow.
Damn.
We never even got foul. We didn't swear. We didn't cut. Nicola didn't even. I don't even think his blood pressure got above fucking 100 over, or whatever his blood pressure normally runs. He wasn't even irate. None of us were angry or anything. Just all of a sudden we were talking about something and boop, off the grid.
And I think that's part of it is they don't like it when they're expecting the emotional response like that and they don't get it.
Yeah, it was fun though. But then the thing is then I had to explain to him exactly how to unban me yesterday or last night because he's like, no, I had that server ban set up for only like a week. It's been more than that. I'm like, have you checked the bans? How do I do that? I'm like, okay, so you set a timer for how long I can be banned, but you don't know where the ban list is.
Yeah, talking out his ass.
And you have two options: you can kick and you can ban. So you went the worst because he goes, "Who's this guy, Nicola?" Like that's the other guy that you fucking banned.
Yeah. Jay, what the hell is this that you found?
You can take Unirock. I clicked on his stream he's doing, and I was like, the title of this video seems oddly specific from a person that we know. So I looked up the title.
Which one is that?
Flat Earth, Ranty's mysterious benefactors. ... Who are they? From our favorite Flurf Poe wannabe, Mr. Cheese Dick or Cheswick. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that person.
Someone who decided to jump on this whole thing that I'm actually the ringleader of the military arm of the anti-flat Earth disinformation group because reasons.
Cool. You should have just accepted it and said,
"Oh,
yep,
dude,
sure
dude,
am."
it has been the running joke for a while that anytime someone mentions a certain content creator being a globe shill, the running joke is that I'm the one who actually cuts the check."
Yeah, speaking of which, where's all my back pay?
So your name was at the bottom of my last one.
Remind me to do that sometime if I'm ever in a conversation with a flat earther and go, I have to consult with my chain of command. I'm gonna get Jared on the fucking horn here. Got to make sure I got to make sure when he cuts that check, I get the full amount for actually staying on point. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. And what's hilarious is a lot of the channels that he is attributing to me monetized long before I did.
Who's got hiccups?
Me.
Again.
Oh,
No, it's not again. It's when I get hiccups, I get them for like 3 to 5 days.
Well, that sucks.
Yes.
you gotta force yourself to burp, man. It's gotta.
I've already tried that. I've already almost thrown up because of trying so hard.
Oh damn. It's like, what was that in The Simpsons? And meet a man who's had who's had
Oh man,
hiccups
by
her
day,
life.
by day
Kill
2,
me.
I am in so much pain every time it happens.
Oh,
I feel like I'm basically training all over again, just for sit-ups.
After
I
this,
can imagine. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jared. I'm sorry. And that was loud. I'm sorry. Again.
yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Ugh. And it really sucks because I'm a smoker, and when you have the hiccups and you're actually inhaling cigarette smoke, it forces a hiccup whether you just got done doing one or not. So you can actually have like rapid fire hiccups by smoking a cigarette, and it sucks.
Time to
We're
quit
not
smoking.
laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
Oh no, I laugh at myself because of it. It's really fucking retarded and painful.
You know, I don't get this. Every time I leave the house, and for some reason, when my wife is left at the home by herself with the pit bull does things that would not do things when I'm there. The whole living room is now covered in white fluff from a chew
Okay.
toy. She blew it up.
What that is your dog has established the hierarchy pecking order, and your wife is on bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Because she doesn't do that shit with me. She'll sit there and stare at me and wait for my approval on everything. And if she gets a little attitudinal, because she'll turn into like a little kid. Well, she's not even 3 yet. She gets a little bit attitudinal, and she won't want to get in her crate. I'll have to go somewhere. I'm like, honey, I can't leave you out. You're gonna go in your crate. I got treats for you. Can you get in your crate? I'm like, come on, gotta take off. And she understands that if I say I'm taking off. So if I say taking off, that's her cue. So she understands that. And so if I say that and she's feeling a little, you know, rebellious, she'll run away. And so I have to follow her around the house until finally she gives up and goes. So it's like rally, it's like basically herding like one cow. And I have to get her back. Like Jesus Christ, I gotta, because you don't want to hit. She was abused because we got her from the pound. We found out she was probably abused considering the way she reacts to certain things. So you can't get really aggressive with her. So I found, well, the only time you can get aggressive with her is if you're playing with her. You put on leather gloves and then you can just beat the shit out of her. She'll beat the shit out of you too.
Oh, my huskies love that.
You can sit there with the other hand and just sit there and punch her in the side of the face. And she's, but the minute playtime is over and you get just slightly irritated, she turns into a complete whip. She just pushes out. Oh, no, God, no.
Yeah, my huskies get excited when I put on gloves. They know playtime's coming.
Yeah. My wife's like, how do you do that? She goes, doesn't that hurt? I'm like, you have no idea. She got a hold of my hand. Yes, it does. And I'm sitting there slugging her. I don't understand how that's even enjoyable. I'm like, it's pretty fun when you can actually abuse a dog in play.
Well, I gotta get off for the night, guys.
Phrasing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's Pig at?
Oh no,
He's probably enjoying that video I sent him.
right. He's having too much. Now it's time for me to get some sleep. I got yard sale to help set up tomorrow.
All right, man.
Have a good night.
Till next week.
Yep. See you until next Friday.
Speaking of praise, he's going to be going, I think he might be going live soon. Uh-oh.
Aw, damn. And we got movie night in less than an hour. Well, about an hour.
What is on the scope for a movie? I haven't even been in on one of those things, but what is the movie? What is the movie for the night?
We
the
don't
menu.
know yet. Let's see if
it's out.
The menu is out? All right, let's
Yeah.
take a look.
Sai said that he's sorry, and I told him, don't lie, you're not sorry.
He never is. Oh,
NASA going nowhere since 1958 from Jeranism for an hour and 14 minutes and 37 seconds.
Oh my god, I hope we get video too.
Science 100 series, Physics 101, Scientists and the Scientific Method from JM Truth Radio, suggested by Jen. Oh, speaking of that.
Oh, wait a minute. It's genuine.
Sorry, I couldn't resist. I even have crickets at the end of that clip too. Third is Noah's Ark and the Flood Science confirms the Bible. AIG for an hour and 4 minutes. I
So
noticed we don't have a length on the Physics 101.
JM actually, by comparison, shorter video, but with how intensely wrong he is on that video, that will still be a 4-hour show.
Inside just responded to my comment, caught. About him, don't lie, you're not sorry.
I got a good movie for you guys. Really good one. Share the link. It's Praise I Am That I Am's critique of a Matt Delafarty clip.
Oh, jeez.
That's how he refers to Matt Delahanty, as Matt Delafarty. He's my special boy. I get verklempt sometimes.
Well, this will end up being interesting.
Oh, I'm telling you, Jared, you would love to pick this guy's brain.
Do you mean
Well.
he has one to pick?
Well, there's something that might resemble gray matter and white matter up in there, but oh wait, am I bad mouthing this person on someone else's channel? I sure as fuck am.
Well, and see, here's the thing: is if someone were to go inform this person that commentary is being made, you know, I do go off the same rule that Reds does: is if I'm talking about you, you can come join us.
Yeah. Well, the thing is he started this video out. He started the video out as basically being like a critique of a particular conversation. At least that's what I thought he was going to be doing. Like, okay, the conversation, the clip was basically this guy named this person named Calvin called into the atheist experience and talking about morality in the Bible or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And before they even got into the conversation, Praise is just sitting there. It wasn't about critiquing the conversation or the argument they were having. He was just critiquing Matt Dillahunty. That's it. Like, Matt Dillahunty has no business talking about this because he's an atheist. He can't justify his autonomy. He can't justify morals. Everything that he does is question begging, like shit like that. That's all he was doing. And I'm like, where is he doing this? And at what point in the conversation is he doing this? But instead, he's just bringing this up. And I'm like, so this is basically one big ad hominem attack is all you're doing. So,
But the premise of a moral is really just a social contract amongst a community of what is deemed acceptable behavior.
correct. But I'm thinking about actually doing a critique of his critique, but I'm very bad with OBS, so I haven't been able to get my channel up and running because OBS seems to be kicking my ass, mainly because I'm just not diligent enough.
It can take a good minute to figure out, so it might take you an hour.
It's taken me longer than that. Like I did one live stream that worked out okay, and then I tried to duplicate it and I couldn't even duplicate it anymore. I couldn't duplicate it a second time, like a week later, and I'm like, the fuck did I do this last time?
The thing to remember is the stream key. That is actually a hurdle and a problem that a lot of people new to OBS actually have is how to establish and where to get the stream key, and are you going to be using a reusable one or a one-time use?
Oh, see, my stream key is still the same. I just got the one. I just used the stream key that I got off my channel. You know, like show, copied and pasted it into OBS, and everything that seemed to work. And when I check the stream key that I have to the stream key that's still on my YouTube channel, it's still the same.
Well, so there are multiple areas that actually end up generating a stream key on YouTube, and I if this is going to be a regular thing, I suggest setting up and establishing a reusable stream key actually as that in one of the areas, uh, because it will streamline it and make it easier to where you can quite the other bit to it is, so you need to have the stream key available, but you also need to have the event available. So you got to make the event, make sure that the stream key that is associated with said event, and then take that stream key, put it into OBS, and then you should be fine.
That's what I'm fucking up, because that's what I couldn't figure out. Because okay, so one way I was shown was to do it through the live stream, but I was like, okay, how do I do this through the event? Because that's how I'm used to doing stuff, is through the events.
Yep.
And so I was like, okay, what's going on here? Why is it that when I come up with the title and then I start live streaming, it'll live stream, but it doesn't come up with the title that it created, nor does it associate with the event that I created? That's what I'm fucking up, because I'm not scrolling down to the bottom of that events page to find that stream key to post in. Correct?
Yep.
Is that what I'm doing wrong?
Yeah, you're probably using the stream now stream key, which is essentially a generic one that just sits there waiting the entire time. But when you create an event, it creates its own stream key, unless you tell it to use a dedicated reusable one. So, like, I have a dedicated reusable stream key for this live stream series. I also have one for the Kanar with Damar series that is its own separate stream key. So when I make that's why I can have multiple pending live events on my channel, but when I stream from OBS, it only streams to one of them because they are separate reusable keys.
Okay, you and I need to get together sometime and have a chat about this, because while Midnight has tried to help me with some of this, it hasn't gone over so well. Obviously, because Midnight's not always very good at explaining things because of his speech impediment, which is fine. I've learned a lot from dealing with Midnight, but there's some other things that are kind of like nuanced or just kind of in the details that I don't know about. So I think that would be cool if you had the time. I would really appreciate it, because like I don't know how to do an overlay. I don't know how to do any of that kind of crap at all. I have no fucking clue. If you even know how to do it. I just wanted to be able to stream. Like, okay, I'll use Discord, or because you can still use Hangouts right now.
Oh,
you can't do Hangouts live, but you could still use Hangouts and invite people into Hangouts and stream that using OBS.
Correct.
And that is something that I kind of like to do, but I don't know how to do it, because every time I try to figure out what it is that I'm trying to create, first I got to create the event. How do I associate that event with OBS? Then what do I share out as the source on OBS to get it to, all that shit. And Sean is killing me with those hiccups. It's so bad for that guy. It's like, God damn, I hate hiccups. Those suck.
So, let me know when you're available through Discord, and then we'll get together and I'll run you through the basics of the setup, and then from at that point, you can end up really tweaking it to how you want it to run and how you want to visually present things.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do that. Because I'm willing to learn. I've been watching some tutorials, and some of the tutorials they kind of leave gaps and things where they'll explain something, but they don't explain something that's like sometimes they'll miss a step, and it's like, okay, how did they just miss that? Like I watched one tutorial and they go, oh, you just go to your events and then you just type in the title and then you go to OBS and then you hit. I'm like, but they don't say anything about that unique stream. They talked about the unique stream key or about the stream key, but I thought that stream key just counted for everything on your channel. I didn't know that the stream key was one of the other.
They are specific for where you go and how you're trying to do it, and that's part of it. Is there are you know what? Fuck, I just might as well make a basic how to stream
Tutorial.
tutorial. Because you're not the first person that I've actually helped do this.
Actually, you know, it'd be cool though if we did the stream. What you could do is do a stream where you're helping me do it, because then everybody can see an idiot getting taught how to use it, and people go, "Well, he just showed this idiot how to use it."
I'll say that the key thing for all of this is don't use a Mac.
Well, I'm not using a Mac. I'm using my.
So I have a Mac, and I've figured out OBS pretty well. I've been able to do a bunch of streams, and I've used it to record interviews and stuff like that. The issue is that I don't have a decent graphics card, so my Mac basically turns into a bowl of pudding as soon as I try and do two things that are even kind of labor intensive.
Well,
Big-
it's a
Hey.
Mac.
That's where I am on my computer.
But I had the hiccups. I would do a very bad Bill Cosby impression. No, it's not the pudding.
Yeah. So I tried to record with OBS straight to based out on a window capture, because with a Mac you can't import directly from Skype as a video source. It doesn't have that add-on. So I was using it as a window capture, but it's choppy and it's crap. So yes, I know I need to get a PC.
Yeah, it's about time you listen.
See Master Race.
Although I do have to say that Twitter exchange about the math was pretty funny too.
Oh yeah.
Damn Keo.
I did like the helpline email that you sent me. What was it? Learn to do math at eatadick.com?
No, is let's get it right, because is
Where I go to do that. All right, go to bed.
Really?
nice.
See, that's what Sean needs to do right there.
If I had air in my stomach, it would be very feasible, but I have none. So, ow.
RJ's commented on the menu.
So the actual one was, so you asked if I could help you get in contact with any of the people to help you with your math, to which I said, yeah, it's easy. Just send a message to yousuckatmath@eatadick.com.
Yeah, I posted something saying that I fucked up my math, and Jared responded, well, it's not like you aren't surrounded by people that can help you. And my response was, yeah, can you point me in the direction of one of them? And the email...
I don't want to get math advice from an engineer. Why not? I've seen what you guys do with math. Fuck.
Yeah, we can do a lot with it.
Yeah, and the email is based upon a audio recording from movie night a couple weeks ago that Jay did, and he asked me, he's like, hey, what's your wife's email address? I can send this to her. And it was one of those Karis comments. So my response was my wife's name at eatadick.com.
Oh, hold on. I think I might be able to pull that one up.
Daddy, my ears are bleeding.
Nope, wrong one.
No, not that one.
Oh.
She sounded cute and underage.
Oh no. Not underage, but definitely.
She's older than me.
Prior enlisted in the Navy.
Well, that's taking anyone nowadays. Fucking lady. Fucking stupid. Sorry, Jared.
I'm just waiting for it to load, guys. Don't worry. I got it.
I didn't realize that she was in the Navy.
She was a nuke.
Yeah.
In the with Steve McRae.
Here we go.
I thought it was between me and Jared.
A threesome now? Jeez.
Whatever.
Actually, that'd be more at this point.
I can't do that much, guys.
Yeah, wasn't I in this somewhere? I don't want to be left out now.
Oh, that was a fun night.
Yeah. And that's what Jay offered to send my wife.
Hey, Pig, you have his wife's email, don't you?
No.
No comment.
I'll send you the file.
I also have your address, Pig.
I got
I
you.
know you do. That's why I said no comment.
Wait, that was the banana night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. That's where she went into this long diatribe about how she can't deep throat.
Oh, I have that
And then
one
she
too.
deep throats a banana.
Hold on. I have that one too.
I mean, deep throating is something you train for. I'll admit.
So how's your training going then, Pig?
It's going pretty good. I've been working on bananas. The sad part is I'm allergic to bananas, so each time that I do it, I get like really bad problems.
You're allergic to
Good
bananas.
practice.
Bananas
Yes.
don't eat protein. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Like any time I eat a banana, I'm not sure what it is. It's just like I get very bad like stomach problems.
Hey, Pig, do you just stuff the whole thing in, or do you actually chew it?
Stuffs.
Oh, I deep throat it. I told you it's for training.
Now, do you
Yeah, that's-
peel it or do you?
I use a little bit of a silicon lubricant. Oh, his house is fucked.
He's
Watching
confirming
me.
everything I know about him. And
Wait.
I thought this was just a rumor.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, no.
What do you know about me? Let's find out. Start asking me some questions.
No, I don't want to go into that right now.
Good
Oh.
call. Good call.
I'm sad now.
Let's table that conversation on what we call an off-air.
Okay. Yeah, Jared needs his AdSense or whatever. Fuck. Little does anyone know, Jared is
I never wanted to be a banana more.
All right.
Jared, you cannot handle being a banana.
Here's where I think
It's actually not true. I'm totally lying because my gag reflex is a monster. I have to improvise. I cannot deep throat worth shit.
That is
So,
a lie.
There you guys go. I'm drunk. You absolutely 100% know it's the truth. I cannot deep throat.
Yes, she can. She can deep throat if she's sucking on a chode.
No. I've seen her with her banana.
And keep in mind, perspective does play a factor in what you saw, Pig.
But it was a banana going into her mouth.
Yes, but do you know how tall she is? Do you know how big the banana
True.
was?
True.
There's a
That's the nice thing about having a girl with really little hands. Everything looks big.
Yeah, it's a Deadpool philosophy. My dick's gonna look so big in this.
I mean, guinea pigs are good for like a one-time use, and they stay warm mostly.
Jared, I sent you a screenshot on Discord.
Yeah, I've seen it before. And
yeah, I have my word. I will not be sharing any information with Bo. So, in
What?
case he comes
We're not
back to watch
sharing
it.
information with Bo? Send me it.
you've seen it before, Pig.
Oh, wait. What are you talking about? I don't know now.
James Collins has 17 years in the Navy. What the fuck did you do to piss people off?
Wait. And I thought I was a masochist.
You know what?
Wait, hold on. James Collins, are you a enlisted or are you an officer in this?
I just hit 20 years this week.
Well, it's funny. Last Saturday was my was 20 years to the day that I left for boot camp.
I was like 2 when you went into the to the army.
And you haven't grown a day mentally since.
I was only 2. That's so bizarre.
That's gonna put a hamper on a fucking flat Earth conversation if you got hiccups. Yeah, I think you're full of shit.
It's a great way to self-censor.
Yeah, I hate you. Sorry, Sean.
I'm not pausing. I'm not pausing for dramatic effect.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
What's your rate, James?
I did not go to the William Shatner School of over dramatic acting.
I've two.
I
Hold on.
did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Now, Jared, we have all
Bill
seen
Clinton.
we have seen the proof that he actually did go to the William Shatner School of Acting.
So, I have a question
True.
real quick. Earlier, you guys mentioned the Clintons, with the whole security thing. Did any of you see the painting?
Yes, I've seen the painting.
The one they stole
What
from the White House.
What do you guys think about the painting? I like
heard
the
about
painting.
Which
Bill
painting?
Clinton, fucking Oval Office, right? A painting of him in the Oval Office, sitting on a chair, right next to the seal, right? The presidential seal, in full red high heels, lipstick.
Oh yes, I did see that.
Okay.
I did not see this one.
Oh, someone get it, Jay. Get it for him.
All right.
Now, the interesting part is, rumor is that this picture was taken within, what's his name?
was a
Jillian
painting.
Epperly? No, painting was done. No, the actual picture that was taken of the painting.
This painting was supposedly hung in Epstein's
home.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is his multi-million-dollar. What was it? Tower or something? Apartment.
Here you go, Jared.
Wow.
Look at the seal at the bottom. That's actually a cropped image of it.
I know it is.
That and it's been redone. That's a re-rendering of it.
That's a sexy bitch.
I know, right?
Here you go.
And there's the inspiration.
Yeah.
Epstein. Oh.
Wow. Well, if you guys don't hear from me after tonight, you know what happened.
So I have
we
a
are not
question.
sad. We are not sad.
I have a question.
You have a lot
Now,
of questions.
after someone dies, how long until the IRS can release their stuff? Can they ever do that?
What do you mean?
Like, let's say, the IRS releases all of Epperly's records. So is that possible, or?
The IRS can do that whenever, based on who requests it.
Okay, I mean publicly.
I don't think they ever publicly do it after any
Okay.
set time frame. It's all on request, and whether or not there is legal standing and precedent for them to abide to the request.
Okay, so it would be like FBI requests it, FBI gets it, then FBI releases it publicly?
No, that's different. The FBI can, if they've got an open investigation, they would be able to request it through different subpoena channels. So
Okay.
if they requested it through a grand jury subpoena, and I don't know if they have to go grand jury because it's government records or not, but say the FBI is investigating you and they want to get your bank records, they can go to a grand jury and get a grand jury subpoena to get your bank records. The problem is that anything that is requested by a grand jury is secret based upon, I don't even know what code it is, but it's Rule 6E. When the grand jury authorizes that subpoena, there is a specific list of people who are authorized to even see what is released.
Okay.
If you give it to somebody else, you are violating law and will go to jail.
Okay.
So if it is 6E material, the FBI cannot release it because the grand jury protects it. That way you can look into something without it being fully disclosed if there doesn't happen to be a crime.
Okay. But if there's already an investigation being taken place and the person offs himself,
I don't know what the
It's
rules
still-
are.
It's still, as long as the investigation is going on, it doesn't matter if the person is alive or not.
Okay,
Yeah.
so question. Why is the news acting as if him killing himself ends the investigation?
Because generally speaking, most cases when the defendant passes away before the trial, they stop proceedings because why? They are continuing with this one because they are not just going after him, they're going after his co-conspirators who are part of the same thing, which is why they are not closing it despite his death.
Yeah.
And it's not that they always close the investigation, because look at all the mass shootings recently or over the last 10 years. When the shooter's dead, the FBI and the local PD don't stop their investigation. They still do a full criminal investigation in it to determine if there's something else, to determine if there is someone else. So the death of an accused doesn't necessarily close the investigation.
Okay, the news has been acting as if that would close it.
Well, the news is dumb a lot.
Yeah. That's why I was confused on that. All right, I have another question.
Hold up, real quick. I gotta go. You're closing this up real quick, right, Jared?
In probably about the next 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get off here because I gotta go do a patrol. I'm negligent on my work duties here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off.
All right. Later.
Hey, nice.
Later, Jay.
Right.
Nice meeting you. Nice meeting you. Thanks for not hating me too much.
You filthy CID motherfucker. Anyway.
That was said with such love.
All right. But yeah, when you get into cases like this, the nuance of it does get to be quite interesting. And the amount of the conspiracy-minded who jumped all over it as soon as it was released that he had passed away is actually kind of comical, because it's people that normally don't go the conspiracy route also jumped on it right away, like, wait a minute, wait, what? Why?
So I hadn't even heard about this, and last Sunday, the day it happened, I didn't even read the news article about it, but I did an interview with Nathan Roberts in the morning, and he brought it up, and then I did an interview with Ranty that night, and he brought it up.
So what's interesting is there were conspiracy theories around this. Like I remember conspiracy theories of essentially a pedophile rape island that was going on. And it was very similar to the Epstein story. And I remember hearing about this, 2-3 years ago is when the conspiracies were going on about it.
Oh, yeah. And that's why people have jumped all on his passing, is lending credence to that, because why get rid of him if it wasn't a thing, if it wasn't an attempt to protect bigger players?
Yeah. Which and if there were people powerful like that, and they were doing the actions like that is being proclaimed to have occurred, I would, if I was the head of that, I would kill myself in order to protect my family, because I know they would go after my family if I say anything, or if they even think I'm going to say something, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you have that much power, then the dude's going to make assumptions of what's going to occur.
I'll be honest, Pig, you wouldn't protect anybody under any circumstances. Especially if they're...
I protect some people. You would be surprised.
It's a limited group, but still some, yeah.
Yeah. Normally titties. I like titties.
So who's on your list of people that you need to go to their house after they die to delete their browser history and clean out their bookshelves?
Only one person, and that's Reds.
Yeah, he has multiple people with that agreement.
Yeah, you need to have someone like that.
I don't. I'm not ashamed of my porn. Here, I'll show you my browsing history.
And with that, we're gonna go.
Nice.
Had to. The opportunity was just too good to pass up. But it is 11:35 on the East Coast right now, and
5 more hours. 5 more hours.
and because of movie night, it's gonna be that. So for those of you unaware and uninitiated, go watch The Drinking Show with a Science Problem, otherwise known as Movie Night, on Sci-Strike's channel.
Let me throw the link in there.
Yep, and while you're getting that link out there, I'm going to do some other clicky click on my end.
Clicky, clicky, click, click.
Double click your mouse.
Also, can I say one thing about what was brought up earlier at the very beginning, Jared?
Maybe.
Just a quick, just a quick little. Hold on, let me post it in the internal, or to you in Discord.
Oh no,
my computer's not working.
No, go ahead and say it.
All right, Peter, go fuck yourself. That was it.
Yeah, and yeah, there's nothing more to be said about that shit stain. And anyone who still wants to side with a person of that low moral and lacking of ethics, leave me alone.